Whoa! Welcome back. Welcome back to Fat Man Beyond. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
Hey!
Oh,
did you hear us backstage, kids?
did you? Did we say anything we shouldn't have said?
Banff man, Mark was getting all sorts of racial.
Oh, it's crazy. You know who I don't like?
Banff man can't be with us today. He's strained his back. Building fucking Scum and Villainy Cantina. Goddamn. I don't see us on the feed. Are we on the show?
Yeah, I see us.
Now I do. There's a long way of saying, kids, that Will Wilkins is stepping in for Banff man. So I ain't throwing anyone under the bus, but okay, I'm watching on the YouTube channel. We just want blank screens. And barely, because I just literally watched empty screens on the YouTube channel, not backstage, live in front of everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. I still get a screen. I still got us.
You're not watching on YouTube.
I am
on YouTube. At one point, now Will is kicking in on the YouTube channel.
Thanks for the play-by-play. I'm gonna go hide.
Yeah, because I'm like waving my hands that I see, and then on the YouTube I see myself waving the hands. So it's working for me.
We can't hear him. Will Wilkins is the backup DP like John. We can't hear you, Will.
No,
we cannot hear Will. No audio. Silent Bob, meet your nemesis. Can you hear us? Can they hear us?
Anybody? We disappeared for a few seconds. We're back.
Anybody out there? Anybody?
I can't hear the third guy.
I'm day aftering it. I think they're hearing us, man.
I think they got us.
Will is at low volume. I can't hear Wilkins. You're all fine. All right. Well, fucking, that's the show. Not for nothing. And Mark, as long as you can hear us, then it's all
the other guy.
Can they hear that? Don't fucking jump in and say things.
They can hear that.
Hear you this time.
Save that gold for when they can hear you.
Will Wilkins, kids, popping in for Banff man and whatnot. But as Will was saying before, Will's always making sure the show gets to you and whatnot. He makes sure it's on Facebook. He makes sure it's up on YouTube. He makes sure it's everywhere and whatnot. But Banff man won't be joining us. It's going to be Will. And, you know, Will's riding the bucket Bronco that is Fat Man Beyond live.
Hell yeah.
But yes, going back, Banff man strained his back building the Scum and Villainy Cantina for y'all. So you better appreciate it. But that's cool. Me and Mark, we ain't been building shit. So we don't strain nothing.
No, once you hit mid-50s, you're like, I'm going to go on this couch and I'm going to just chill.
We've been building boundaries. That's all. Telling the world, fuck off. We're old.
I've been building stories in my head. I've been building castles of imagination, but not anything with my hands.
It is a big week of news, kids, because D23 happened all over everybody's face, neck, and chest, with lots of information pouring out of every orifice, man, just all over the jizzoint, including the release, internet release of the Doomsday trailer featuring all Doom action, one that we saw at Comic-Con back in July. So it's so much to talk about. The X-Men cast.
Yep.
We could talk about that. We could talk about a brand new comic book hitting shelves this week. That's right, kids. Spider-Man, Hulk, Fire and Brimstone. This is the Secret Stash exclusive cover, which you can get if you come to the Secret Stash exclusive cover signing this Saturday at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. I'm sure there's an ad flashing all over the screen right now for just such a kid. Well, there's Jaws. That's happened the day before. There you go. There's the signing we're talking about, kids. I'm going to be at the Secret Stash on Saturday, all afternoon, all the way to the evening, till everyone is signed for signing my brand new book, Spider-Man, Hulk, Fire and Brimstone, written with Professor Andrew McElfresh and drawn by the great R.B. Silva. Beautiful book. Stunning fucking book. So that's this Saturday. Friday night, I'm doing Jaws live. Go back to that, Will Wilkins. Did you see that, Mark?
I did. That looks awesome.
I'm going to play Matt Hooper. We did Die Hard live a couple months back at Smodcastle and had a fucking blast. So this Friday night, is it Friday night? Yes, because Saturday's a Sunday. Friday night, I'm going to be back on the Smodcastle stage and we're doing Jaws live, man.
You're Matt Hooper?
I'm going to be pulling on my best Dick Dreyfuss, making it happen.
Let that breathe a little. No.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't want to argue with a man lining up to be a hot lunch.
I was just about to bust a little Dick Dreyfuss, and then I'm like, no, I'm saving it for the stage.
Keep your powder dry, man.
Got to keep my powder dry. Also, so much to talk about, kids. I read in the news last week that like there's an epic, historic crossover coming in our near future, man. Coming hard all over our face, naked chest. Mark, Star Wars and Marvel are crossing over.
Who would they let do that? Who would they rope into?
What lunatic would say yes to that, knowing that the internet's like gonna sharpen them knives and be like, this better be good? Yes, we could talk about that later on as well, man.
No, because we've been like cucking that for the last like 6 months.
Yeah, me and Mark been teasing that for a red hot minute. Remember, kids? I was like, I got a picture on my phone that would break the internet.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yes, lots of stuff to talk about, lots of stuff to review. Did you watch Lanterns?
I did indeed.
Hold a Civil Tongue. We'll talk about it in a minute.
I mean, let civil hands be unclean.
Did you see The End of Oak Street?
I have not.
Like the rest of America, did you not go to it?
I did not go to it, but I'm going to go this.
It opened at number 3. I was very surprised by that, but I saw it, so I could talk about The End of Oak Street.
Outstanding.
And have you fucking thrown your lasso, my friend?
I have indeed.
It's great shit, isn't it? Hold it, you controversial.
I'm just saying it is. I mean, if you saw 3 seasons of Lasso and you're like, I wonder what I'm going to get with season 4, you're going to get Ted Lasso.
Oh God, yeah. Seriously, like one of the most emotionally rich fucking programs ever made. Like that's the one thing I'm really glad they brought back to this season, was just like, just make me fucking feel. And my God, all these characters love each other and they all feel for each other, and they managed to just fucking wring out the humanity while still offering legit laughs. Like it's a fucking funny show. It's not just like, what a nice show. It's like fucking funny, but human and warm and wonderful and fucking chokes you up, man.
Did we talk about Shrinking? Did we ever?
A little bit, but we'll talk about it more when we talk about Lasso later on. Lioness is back, and I'm fucking caught up on that. That's one of my favorite shows, man. Taylor Sheridan's Lioness. I call it Lioness, and I think most people do too, but its name is literally Special Ops: Lioness. But it's on Paramount Plus, and it fucking rocks, man. I think this might be the last season. Zoe Saldana, fucking fire. So we're going to talk about that. Do you see anything that you want to?
I mean, I saw the first 3 episodes of Reacher.
I did as well. So we could talk about fucking the return of Reacher, man.
Talk about Big Man Go Smacky Smacky, which is my favorite show.
That's an excellent title. So many new programs to review with you, kids. It's the new Zoo review coming right at you. Me and Mark are going to fucking... Did we disappear from that screen again? Here, you keep talking. I'm going to watch the YouTube clip down below.
Okay. Yeah, nobody seems to be saying that.
I'm tapping my foot over here like one of them fucking raptors in Jurassic Park when he taps his little toe in the kitchen.
Clever girl. Yeah. So, I mean, most of the news is D23 centric. There wasn't, everybody was kind of like wisely, let's just fucking clear the field while Disney unzips its pants and just shows us a bunch of shit.
And did they? Oh my God. What an impressive fucking feat, man. You know what I'm saying? They did everything shy of like and straight out of cryo storage, the fucking head of Walt himself. Like they really brought the thunder for D23 and took over the news cycle.
Yeah. And there was some stuff that like I'm growing suspicious of leaks as things that were somehow illicitly pried from the hands of corporate overlords, as much as I think they're probably just PR tactics. Like there was a Starfighter trailer, whatever teaser that leaked, but the quality was perfect, and then they since pulled it down. But I think they get more juice out of a thing that seems to be ill-gotten than if it just like, here's our new thing. Disney's gotten good at that.
Before we dive into it, kids, we got to give a shout out to those that make it possible. The sponsors, the best part of every show, kids. Who made this happen? Who put up the money? Who's underwriting this affair? Who goes first?
You.
Oh, kids, look at this piece of precision art. Look at that. Look at it.
Nice.
That is the Fume device, kids. It sits on top of this magnetic base right here at my side at all times, because the Fume opens up, you stick your little cartridge in there, your little Fume perfume, and then see all that smoke? No. You know why? Because it ain't smoking. It's just goodness, man.
It's flavor country.
It's the dry hit, kids. It's what you like, man. If you try to quit vaping or smoking and keep ending up right back where you started, you need to hear about Fume. You probably tried to quit more than once, man. You are not the problem. How you're trying to quit is. Are you kidding me, man?
Hell yeah.
Something better to reach for, my friends. Fume is a flavored air device that gives your hands, mouth, and brain a better habit when cravings hit. Watch. Honestly, so much better than a fucking cigarette. I mean,
hell yeah.
Pure, clean. I can get up, run around the room if I needed to, man. Nothing you don't want, man. There's no nicotine, no vapor, no batteries, for heaven's sakes. You can take this right on a plane and sit there all flight, 6 hours cross country. Nobody can say shit. Nothing comes out of it.
Yeah, it's not a vape.
The ritual, hold it in your hands, man. Everything in and out, man. Fume isn't a vape. It's as Mark said, it's a device designed to distract you from cravings when your willpower isn't enough, man. Over 10 interchangeable flavors like classic peppermint, crisp mint, spearmint ice, maple pepper, peach, blush, blue steel. I added that last one.
I do think like maple pepper sounds like the name of a sheriff or like the wife of a sheriff. How Maple Pepper, wife of Holland Pepper.
Well, hello, Maple Pepper, Miss Maple Pepper.
Miss Maple.
I doff my cap to you, Miss Maple Pepper. You could be smoking maple pepper, just like Mayor Maple Pepper himself.
Yeah.
Over 1 million people have already used Fume to quit differently, man. Join them today. You grab a journey pack, plus you get a free gift with purchase when using the code FATMAN, all one word, FATMAN. Addiction is really good at saying later, man. Don't let it. All you got to do is head to TryFume, TRYFUM.com. That's TRYFUM.com. And use code FATMAN, all one word, man, for a free gift with your first purchase. I thank the good folks at Fume for sponsoring and for just making this. It honestly, like, some things you never want to throw out, man, and because their design is so perfect. Right here, like, you'll never need to throw it out. It's got no moving parts other than like this goes into this and stuff like that. There's no batteries, nothing gonna rot and stuff like that. This is gonna outlast me. I'm gonna give this to my kid, man. I'm gonna leave this with all my stuff. I'm gonna leave it with a note to my child and be like, Fume made the difference in an otherwise empty, childless life, and let her figure that shit out. Fume, kids. You can smoke maple pepper.
Yeah.
Tryfume.com, tryfum.com. We thank the good folk, man, at Fume for sponsoring this here show. And just for this, man. It looks good on my desk. I pull it out when I write sometimes.
When I'm it smells, tastes good.
I went for the spearmint, man. I've not tried maple pepper.
Maple pepper. Maple pepper.
Look at that. Mark's doing performance work for you kids.
And see, look.
Everyone's always up your ass about like, you don't like enough shit. Meanwhile, they don't know that your fucking soul, what's buried in your soul is a performer. You got a performer's soul. You want to act. You want to be
just be on the great wide way.
Mark's story is not unlike the jazz singer. not the first one, the one with Neil Diamond, kids.
So much blackface. It won't pause.
Just like the jazz singer, you know, Mark had a father who tears his clothes when his son wants to go into show business. That really fucking made an impact on me when I was a kid. I was Catholic, so that wasn't a thing for us where somebody was like, I tear my clothes at you. And my father had to explain it to me. I was like, why do you do that? My dad was like, oh, that's the worst.
You don't know.
Yeah, he's like, come on, man, you tear your clothes at somebody. And I was like 9. I'm like, I still don't understand. Why is that? Wouldn't it be worse as a child? I was like, wouldn't it be worse if you tore their clothes? Then you'd be really sending a message.
Yeah, or if you took off your clothes and then folded them neatly and then just showed them disdain.
There's a message that's very clearly sent by taking off your clothes.
Indeed.
Look, that was the only thing I bumped into about the jazz singer, because let's be honest, Neil Diamond, fire soundtrack. We're coming to America. We just got thrown off YouTube, but it's worth it. We're coming to America today.
Why did you get bounced off of the YouTubes? Neil fucking Diamond.
That was a dude who for like, I bet you when fucking Springsteen came along with Born in the USA, he was like, fuck. Because up until then, he had the fucking song, the modern day like song about America. All the America songs were old time, like, you know, wah, 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 God, the Queen. But this guy, man, like he had a fucking rocking song that was like, they're coming to America. They could play it on the Olympics and shit. And then one day Springsteen is like, hold my beer. Born in the USA. And it's not even a pro-America anthem.
No.
Stole the top spot.
I mean, there's a handful that came. I mean, Living in America by James Brown is still pretty fucking great. Excellent. He does just then start listing cities in America with no rhyme or reason. Just sure.
Rightfully so. Just like Dancing in the Streets, man.
Hell yeah.
We all like, you know what we love about a list song? Waiting for Our World to be mentioned. Every one of them list songs, I was like, are they going to say New Jersey? And they never did. Fuck them. But you know what?
Yeah, you knew.
I had hope.
That's what it's about. It's about hope.
They're coming to America.
Hey, how was your birthday? You had a birthday last week.
Did I? Well, I mean, a couple weeks ago.
I thought your party was that last week?
August 2nd was my birthday, and I had a show at the Starlight Cabaret, which was absolutely lovely. My kids' band played after I was done. That was great. And the burlesque team busted out. Katie, who runs a club, was just like, I got a surprise for you. And fucking before I got up on stage, started my show, but then I was like, they got a surprise for me, so I'm gonna sit down. And they did a View Askew burlesque show. Jay and Silent Bob got naked. It was crazy.
Wow.
And as did Buddy Christ and Mooby.
I have no
and the Sexy Stud. They did it was the 4.5 minute routine. And they were like, that's cut down from our 1 hour show. I was like, what the fuck? So we got a show, me and Jay, coming up in Vegas later this year. Vegas, I say. Vegas. We just dipped off the screen. I see nothing up there.
Yeah,
but in any event, got a show coming up in Vegas, kids. There's a Vegas ad. There you go. Oh, and it went away so fast. So fast. It was there for a second. Fleetingly just went away. Yeah, when me and Jay go do our Vegas show, when I couldn't tell you when it is, because it's just like my whole life when I had the heart attack flashed before my eyes. There you go. Whatever the dates are on there, because it's so tiny for me. October 16th. Jesus, that's far away. We want to bring the burlesque folks with us, man, because it was wildly entertaining.
I mean, you know what everybody loves? titties
and butts.
Yeah.
Or as the song in a chorus line sang, tits and ass, orchestra and balcony. What they want is what you see. Let me tell you right now, we're definitely getting thrown off of YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're like, he just sang a chorus line. He demonetized.
Yeah. Hello, this is Stephen Sondheim. Shut them down. Like,
although I wouldn't be alone, man. Ted Lasso dropped a fucking chorus line track this week in the newest episode. Birdie, what the fuck, man? Birdie's like doing some emotional blackmail shit because she's like, this ain't a sponsor, but you know.
It looks like it's from 1972, though. That box is very retro.
It is. I'll tell you, man, like, what happened. You want to hear a story of good advertising, and it really has something to do with the world of comics. Last summer, when the Superman movie came out, you know, Milkbone was like a crypto fucking crossover. Remember, there's a shot in the movie where he's fucking Milkbone's in the store window and shit. So I was at Comic-Con and somebody was like, hey, man, we got Milkbones for you. You got a dog? And I was like, fuck yeah. And they're like, these are from crypto. And they gave me like 4 boxes of Milkbones. So I was like, well, you know, I drove down. Fuck it. I'll bring it home and shit. Fucking for the next month, those dogs were just like, they were way into it. Well, I don't know what's in a Milkbone, canine heroin or whatever, but fuck, they go for it still.
I mean, you built them a bone temple, and they were just happy for it.
And truly, a Milkbone temple, if you will. Girls, I'm gonna give you one more Milkbone, and then you gotta fuck off. Again, they're not a sponsor. People going like, this is the most subtle form of advertising. I wish. Could you imagine if we got some of that Milkbone money? Hey, Milkbone. There you go. That's a fucking creepy. Oh, good. Did I mention, Mark, that I have a comic book coming out this week?
Ooh.
This is Captain Ribman, John Sprengelmeyer's exclusive cover for the Secret Stash. You know, it's got me and Jay, of course, and Spider-Man and Hulk and Spider and Jay saying, "Don't make him angry. You wouldn't like it when he's angry." And Silent Bob punches the floor with his Hulk hands and says, "Kastooch." But that is just one of many covers. As you know, Mark, the modern day comic book marketplace is all about multiple covers. Look at all these covers that come out tomorrow. Scotty Young for Spider-Man Hulk. This is like, look how fucking retro that looks, bro. That's like dope. This is brand new day crossover. So like up top, they're like Hulk lives, but meanwhile, and then there's Boomerang. Boomerang is like not in my issue, but this is because of brand new day. This is the brand new day covers they're doing. And then if they're doing a duck thing all month long,
why not?
You know, the Duck Initiative.
Cool.
And then same cover, but like one virgin and one with the title.
No traders.
In store, and then of course the one behind me, which is that's RB's cover, man. The whole book opens with a giant fuck you crossover fight in Central Park on Easter Sunday. And they fight, and look, I'm gonna share this with you. It's a real dad joke, but I'm a fucking dad. And what I've discovered recently in all my Marvel work is that I'm fairly adept at writing Spider-Man now that I'm, you know, nothing but dad jokes, because that's what Spider-Man is, right? He's all dad jokes. They're corny, you know, like he's always cracking corny and shit. And when he was being written back in the day, you know, it wasn't, I'm sure Stan Lee wasn't like, let's pump him full of dad jokes. You know, it was more just like he made corny one-liners, but you would call them relatively, you know, nowadays dad jokes. And since like I'm fucking 56, I'm oddly equipped to write Spider-Man quips at this point.
See, like the sweet spot. You landed in the zone.
Yeah, I don't sit there and struggle where I'm like, fuck, what would he say? I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this motherfucker would say. Is he bouncing around into Danger's mouth and shit like that? And, you know, it's like, you don't have to like, you know, if I'm writing a script for a movie, believe it or not, I actually try to make the jokes really funny. Here, I don't have to. They just have to be kind of like, you know, groaners and puns and chucklers. Every once in a while, you throw in a legit fucking haha and stuff, but it's been a blast to write. But what was my point in saying all that? Fuck. Oh, I don't know. So this time around, I didn't write by myself. I write with my friend Andy McElfish, who I did education with for years, and he's my smart friend. He's fucking brainy as fuck, and the king of cocktail party science. So, the idea of writing a book where the two leads were scientists, like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Andy, and it's a fun ass book, man. But I'll be honest with you, once again, my bullshit scripts are saved by incredible art. The RB Silva art is great. That's what I wanted to say. So in the beginning, in the upfront of the book, when Spider-Man, he's in Central Park to photograph Easter Sunday Mass and a cardinal that's serving this Mass, who everybody likes. And suddenly, Mole Man's fucking drilling machine upends the earth and everybody goes running and shit. And all these villains pop out. And it's like, here, I was like, geez, let me try to remember, but I don't even have to remember because I have the actual comic book right here. And this is why people tune into an internet show to watch a guy read a comic book.
You have the reference. You've done the homework.
I have done the homework. God, look at this dude's art, bro. Like, seriously, hold on. Let me just show you. Come on. Look at that Spider-Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fucking gorgeous. I mean, and look, and naturally, it's let me show you his fucking here. Goddamn good looking Hulk. You want to see his Hulk debut page? Look at his fucking Hulk smash. Like, good God. It's just gorgeous. But you're like, yeah, you can draw superheroes. Can you draw normal ass people? Let me show you this shit, son. Hey, who's that guy in the suit and the red glasses?
Ooh, is that Henry Gyrich?
That's what? What are you crazy? It's fucking Matt Murdock. Playing with Daredevil again, kids. He may or may not pop up in the next issue. So yeah, man, this has been a blast. But in any event, I opened it and I wanted to tell you my fucking bad joke. So Mole Man attacks, right? And he goes, Happy Easter, surface dwellers. Behold the birth of our corrupt congregation, the most terrifying team up this city's ever endured. Stilt Man, Mole Man, Absorbing Man, Every Man, Man Bull, Sand Man, Titanium Man, Molten Man, Plant Man. And together, he's Mole Man. We are, wait for it, the Manosphere. Thank you. Thank you. It was just laying right there, Mark.
It was, but it was a long walk, but it was worth it.
Anybody could have taken it. All the puns in this fight, like I had to clear some off the page. At one point, they were like, "Hey, man, how about you let the art breathe?" People like to see the characters as well.
Okay, Mr. Words.
Good times. Good times. That's in stores this week, or if you're back east on Saturday, because on Friday night you were watching me at Smodcastle Cinemas play Matt Hooper in Jaws live, not to be confused with the Vegas show that's currently on the screen. Okay.
Willage is up there like just flicking nipples with these images on screen. It's just like, you want right?
Let me explain something, okay?
Go, hey everybody, it's Will. Will's gonna explain shit because that's why people tune in for explanations. Go ahead, Will.
You're used to like riding in a Cadillac, right? And now
is that it?
Somebody just sent a Hyundai to pick you up. All right, so you're like, oh,
Hyundai.
But I'm doing
you're being
preview thing that's getting the image over to them. So to you, it looks like it goes away or comes up, goes away, comes back, but that's not the way they see it. So,
if you say so. It looks like you're being very coy.
Batman Beyond with Will Wilkins and Marc Bernardin, kids. We're no complaints. I can't do any of this shit. So whatever Will's doing is fucking better than anything I could do. Give it up for Will. What's with the mohawk though?
Oh, well, the people, they always ask where the guy with the mohawk is when you're stuck with me. So I just figure I have a
Copy.
3D printer.
The 3D
I can do any
printed.
kind of mohawk I want, any moment I want. You know.
Look at that, man. He
Wanna
is
go
a
a little more
stand-up
Yondu. Could do
Banff
that.
man.
Wow. Be the Will you want to see in the world.
I just realized now I'm the carrot top of this.
And goodbye.
And Will's gone. Kids. Will's gone. He's in the midst of an existential crisis, wondering if he is the carrot top of this. Spoilers, he is. No. Hey man, somebody in chat, who was it? Fucky you. Interesting. 6032 said, we need writers with attitude again in Hollywood. You hear that, Mark?
Yeah. The 90s Hollywood writers with attitude was started by you, Kevin Smith, MFer.
You think I started the attitude? And you think I had anything to do with Hollywood? I mean, kids. I know, Hollywood is a grand umbrella and shit like that, but like, not really a creature of the studio system. You ask old Universal. So anytime I go in there to pitch Mallrats 2, they're like, we own Mallrats 1. Indie film is what you're looking for. And an indie film is alive and well. So we've seen it happen in this fucking summer, man. Iron Lung, what was it called? The first YouTube kid?
I think so.
Fire. And then of course Backrooms and of course Obsession.
Yep, starring
Indie
Rogue.
kids are alive and well. Don't you worry about it. Attitude is all out there. You don't need it in Hollywood. Jesus. They haven't had attitude in Hollywood since the 70s, man.
Easy Riders, Raging Bulls.
Now it's a business. And it has been for quite some time. Nothing wrong with that, but that's what they specialize there. But attitude, that came from Indie World, and that shit's still around. Indie replaces itself all the time. Shall we talk about what shall we talk about? Where do we begin?
Do you want to do news or reviews? Where do we want to start?
It's news and reviews coming right at you. Let's review.
Let's review. Okay.
We want to start with.
Should we start with the big dog? Should we start with the lanterns? Or
let's go Lanterns, which was an absolute delight to watch for me. Particularly, like, all summer long, we've had to read a lot of like DC has lost its way based on Supergirl reactions and stuff. This I thought was a clear indicator that like, oh, they figured out a way, because you're talking about, one of the most elusive concepts for multimedia, for film or TV, when it comes to the DC pantheon. Like for, some reason, Green Arrow, which seems like he's custom made for fucking fantasy, for sci-fi, for, super heroic films and whatnot. We've gotten one of those movies with Ryan Reynolds, and we all know what happened there and whatnot. So it seems like they were kind of building a different Lantern show at first before James Gunn took this over. And now that was replaced. They spent a lot of money developing that and writing scripts and whatnot. And then when James Gunn came in, he said, hey, we're doing this Lanterns now. And this one has Damon Lindelof writing the pilot, but is he on for the rest of the show, or he just come in as
it's Chris Mundy, who did Ozark, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King, who all wrote the pilot.
And Tom King is a bona fide comics kid.
He's a bona fide comics dude who's having a pretty good year as far as having comic books come to the screen.
Because Supergirl was his, right? Woman of Tomorrow.
Right. And not having seen anything of Vision Quest, but the trailer that dropped out of D23
seems like it's based on the Visions.
Yeah.
Also his.
So yeah, he's having a pretty good year. Chris Mundy, I believe, is the showrunner. Damon Lindelof and Tom King are both executive producers who were there for the whole of the first year. They broke stories in the room. I don't know how much they were on set, but their presence will be felt throughout season 1. I know Tom King and Damon Lindelof are not back for season 2, I think it's Chris Mundy's show going forward.
Have they announced a season 2?
I believe they did, or at the very least, they said that Tom King and Damon Lindelof were not coming back for an eventual season 2 should happen.
Well, they're only one episode in the season 1, kids, and this what they've managed to pull off here is rather than take one of the largest concepts in comics, a guy with a magic ring who can like power it with his will and think of anything. As limitless as his imagination is what he can create with the fucking ring, constructs that actually do things and work and whatnot. That just smells expensive as fuck. They found a way to tell a Green Lantern story in a very hard traveling heroes, down to earth kind of fashion that I found intriguing as fuck, man. Like I was not like, come on, I need to see aliens and spaceships and whatnot. It's a cool concept, this murder mystery, involving beings that may not be terrestrial, and a world where the Green Lantern, this isn't one of these, hey, you're going to meet him and see what he does for the first time. They hit the ground running, start their story and tell it in 3 different sections, one in 96, one in 2016.
One in 2016 and one in 2026.
So, the impression is the Green Lantern has been with the world for like 10 years, exposed to the world. Earth knows he exists.
I mean, even before that, because when Jon Stewart was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's watching him on TV.
Yeah.
When Hal is interviewed for the first time and exposes himself and says that he has been the Green Lantern for this sector of Earth for the previous 10 years. He's now kind of coming out and talking about it and stuff. Mm-hmm. And young Jon Stewart sees Hal Jordan on TV in his Green Lantern uniform and whatnot, and watches him before his father practices and exercise and fear with his kid by William telling it, putting a fucking apple on the kid's head and then being like, are you afraid? And the kid's like, no. And then his dad shoots the apple off his head. Bracing beginning to a show. Not part of the DC lore, as I recall.
No. That was a choice.
Yeah. My God. And later on in the episode, he casually mentions it. And it's like, you mean that wasn't the source of every piece of trauma in your life and whatnot?
Yeah. Well adjusted for a dude whose dad shot guns at him on the regular.
And still friends with his dad. At one point, you hear him talking to him on the phone, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like, after that childhood where you shot at me every day with an apple on my head and whatnot.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, they're still pals. There's one line that Hal Jordan has that hit me really hard, which was about, they're like, are you afraid? Like, for some reason, that's a big thing. It's like the Guardians, he says in this interview, the Guardians asked him one question, like, are you afraid? And he said no. And the reason was because the worst fear anybody could have is losing their parent. And he already did that. So he had nothing left to fear. And I thought that was that hit fucking hard for a guy that just lost his mom back in December. Oh my God. Great line. Maybe not universal, but largely.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pilot that had to do a lot of heavy lifting because you have to introduce the Green Lantern lore to an audience that might not know it. And they're playing in the HBO zone. They're wanting, I mean, it feels very True Detective. And I think that was the brief. Was it like, can you make this True Detective? Could this be a two-hander investigative thing that is also a Green Lantern show for people who have no idea what a Green Lantern is? Right. And the amount of times that they explain shit without making it feel deep exposition, where it just gets to be something that's a little bit part of a story that, like Hal tells at a bar. It's like, so is that thing true? It's like, yeah, well, Abin Sur landed, a pink alien came out of craft and it was dying, and he said, good luck, or you're fucked. It's like, I couldn't remember what he said, but like they run out.
I geeked out. My wife, perfect person to watch in terms of she's got no Green Lantern background other than like I've seen you wear a t-shirt or something like that. Passing familiarity. But as he was telling the story of Abin Sur, like I instantly was like, he's telling the story about the ring, like he's a dying alien, the ring. And you know, she once again looked at me like, I can't believe I let you stick your fucking cock in me. But that was a highlight for me. It was them, like, you know, fucking acknowledging it, man. Like going like, yeah, that's how he got the ring.
Yeah, and like doing it in such a way that, hey, we don't need to see it. You know, it's very much it's post Homecoming, it's post Spider-Man at this point. We're like, we don't need the origin story. We can tell it to you if you don't know it, but otherwise, this is just, you know, grizzled old veteran and young, you know, upstart wannabe on the road together, and that's the vibe, and that's what we're doing, you know, and it was super fucking refreshing.
The interrogation scene, wonderful. Awesome. Absolutely wonderful. Him going like Barack Obama. He's like, he's president of the United States. He's like that. He's like a man from Nebraska. The only thought, that's the only thought you have about Barack Hussein Obama.
What school did Harry Potter go to?
That was good. That was a really good fucking scene. And he is like, you know, I've always dug him in things and whatnot, but I was not a big fan of Friday Night Lights, and not like I didn't like it. I just didn't watch that show. But what a wonderful fucking grizzled Hal Jordan he's playing.
I mean, that casting is so fucking necessary because Hal Jordan is written like an asshole.
Yeah, like I was wondering, like fucking as the episode ended, I wondered if they wrote in the like, you know, description passage like Hal Jordan is your typical asshole.
Yeah, like he's a schmuck. He's a dick. He's mean. He's deeply unlikable. And the only way you make that work, the only way you get empathy is you cast fucking Kyle Chandler, who an audience wants to love anyway. You know, they want to be on his side. They want to believe that this isn't just him being an asshole. There's another purpose behind it. And like it is a testament to casting is so fucking important. You know, like casting Jason Ritter as the lawyer. It's like, I love fucking Jason Ritter. He's awesome.
He was wonderful in Matlock. The kid's really good, man.
Yeah, I mean, and Aaron Pierre is terrific. You know, I saw him in Rebel Ridge, which I didn't love, I think, as much as the world seemed to have loved, this revenge thriller that was on Netflix. It's him and it's Don Johnson in his ongoing quest to play every white supremacist you've ever seen.
Don Johnson plays a white supremacist again.
Yeah, that seems to be his latter day move. Is like, you know what I'm really good at, or what people like seeing me as a racist, so I'm going to lean into it.
Oh, Crockett, what happened?
What happened, Crockett?
What happened?
Tubbs left. You went the other way.
Seemed so tight. Some folks in chat are saying people don't like the show online. Is that true?
I mean, I haven't seen a ton of. I mean, I also haven't been looking, but I haven't been. It hasn't rammed across my field of view. But you know, the few people I've spoken to about it, you know, both people in the business, people, you know, writer friends, as well as just normie nerds, I think the consensus is pretty strong. You know, and then people who don't know anything about it, the consensus is pretty strong.
I thought the idea of like, you know, look, we're going to talk about D23 and we'll talk about the Vision Quest trailer, and clearly, you know, it is less costly to do human avatars of all your favorite robot stars and whatnot. And some folks bump into that. I didn't bump into their low-tech approach to Green Lanterns with this pilot, you know, and with the concept of like, there are aliens here, you know, very Men in Black adjacent, you know, it is kind of like somebody in chat was like, it's a mix. It's a True Detective by way of Men in Black. And that's pretty damn accurate. So I was impressed, you know, that you could take something, a concept so galactic, you know what I'm saying, and make it small enough that it works on planet Earth without like, here comes a mass alien invasion. Like that's the kind of shit you think of when you think of Green Lantern. Like, he's fucking space cop and whatnot. So finding an approach where it's like he's investigating alien murder here on Earth because that will mean something, and who's doing it, and if what we've seen, I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling it, but the word manhunter has been thrown around in the trailers, and that makes me very excited and shit. So I thought it was incredibly fucking effective and like roped me in. And then there were enough nerdy things for me. Somebody in chat was like superhero shit. And like, yeah, of course. And one of the superhero things that I loved was when they jumped to the present, 2026, at the end of the show, Jon Stewart has the animated series goatee. Like, he looks like the Green Lantern, like most cats grew up watching. And we don't know for a fact, but since it's 2026 and he was being trained in 2016, the impression we're left with is he became the Green Lantern. Or did he? I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, because he's looking for the ring. Hal doesn't have the ring.
Well, was he looking for the ring? Because that's what Jennifer said too. Jennifer's like, he's looking for the ring. I was like, well, he's definitely looking at his hand. But I was like, if Jon Stewart became the Green Lantern, like, then the ring goes to him. They don't make copies of the ring where it's like, you get to keep this one. Like how cops have like honorary badges they could put in their wallet. The ring left Abin Sur and went to Hal Jordan. So presumably, if Jon Stewart was the new Green Lantern, then the ring would have went to him. So that's what made me think, like, is he the Green Lantern in 2026, or did Hal hold on to the ring all this time? Or because he was like, you're never going to let me, he said he's going to pry this out of my cold dead hand, whatever.
Or the Jon Stewart we see at the very end of the pilot is a manhunter and not Jon Stewart. And so there is a Jon Stewart who, for really real, has the ring. And now we're just trying to solve this murder of Hal Jordan with a manhunter who's the good Martian manhunter on our side.
There's a writer. Look at that shit.
Just a theory. That's all we got.
It's good, kids. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth your time, man. The guy who plays like the rancher,
Garrett Dillahunt.
Love that guy, man.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
So wonderful. And Kelly McDonald, who, like
from fucking Train
long ride from Train Spotting to Nebraska, but she's still out there killing it, man. Totally fucking enjoyable show. My only complaint is, come on, one app, like, tired of this shit, man. Like, Lioness is doing the same thing, one ep at a time. Ted Lasso is doing the same thing. Didn't we live in a world where they used to give us like all 10 episodes, 8 episodes at once? What happened?
What happened was they discovered that they sort of broke television by.
They did. No shit. So now that they broke it, can't we have it the way they made it, or no?
No, and I prefer it this way.
And I love the binge, the sweet binge.
You just got to save it up. But like, I think everybody's discovered that it helps audience engagement, because an audience doesn't grow if you get all 10 episodes at once. But Widow's Bay is people watched the first one, they dug it, told everybody they knew, then the second one, then the third one, and it grows over time, right? As opposed to a fart in the wind that you might have loved, but it's gone. Even Netflix was like, you are not getting all of Stranger Things at once. We're going to give you 3 episodes, then 2 episodes, then 3 episodes, then 2 episodes, then 1 episode. Like, they're beginning to realize that audience engagement and time spent on the platform is more important than the binge. But that's just my old man thinking.
I look, I think you're right. I think it's better that they drop them one at a time and shit. And we were raised that way, so. Look, we just had it nice for a while, and now it's going back to an old-timey way that we thought was behind us. And that's a metaphor for America, Mark. So if we can handle it in streaming, we can handle it in our day-to-day, man. Let us also talk about Lioness. Are you watching Lioness at all?
I have never seen a stitch of Lioness.
You're out of your fucking mind. You're sleeping on one of the best shows on fucking television. I have not fucked with the Western show on the ranch.
Yellowstone.
Yes, that the whole world loves and whatnot. And then now it's the Dutton Ranch or whatever.
No,
but this guy, Taylor Sheridan, like, oh my God, what a great writer. Like for this show, like fucking just pitch perfect. Sometimes he's an actor on the show, and I like him as an actor too. But Zoe Saldana, fucking fantastic. Just goddamn dynamite. And they're doing a season this year. The season is very close to like current events like Russia, Ukraine, and stuff. A lioness is somebody that is like a CIA agent that gets embedded, in some foreign government, and that woman gets close to somebody who gets them close to a target, and then the target gets eliminated, like they're a kill team. And so I'm not a Call of Duty player and stuff, but it seems like the kind of show that folks who love Call of Duty would really fucking love, because they talk about it on the show all the time. They're like, it's just like doing Call of Duty. Excellent fucking show. They're on season 3. Cast is great. Genesis Rodriguez, who's been in our stuff, she was in last season, and she's in this season as well. But man, Zoe Saldana, just what a treasure, dude. What a New Jersey treasure. That's right. She's from New Jersey. Man, I fucking love that show. Kids, if you're not watching it, I am no paid shill. I just fucking love the fuck out of that show. Special Ops: Lioness, or I just call it Lioness. Such a great fucking watch. That's over at Paramount. Plus, I watch it through Amazon. Ted Lasso.
The Ted Lasso. I will have to, once I'm done with Reacher, I think I will give Linus a try.
Let's talk about Reacher while we're here, man, because it's the cozy mysteries version of Lioness, if you will. And that's saying something, because Reacher fucking kills people with his bare hands all the time.
Yes.
It is Reacher's back, kids, and fucking Alan Richardson is such a charming motherfucker, man.
Isn't he though?
Oh God, I'll watch him do anything. I really want to watch him wear a fucking blue cape and a cowl. I think he'd be an amazing, absolute fucking Batman, for heaven's sake. Put an axe on his fucking chest. But yes, Reacher has returned, kids. And this is also the setup season for, who's his pal who always comes in and works with him?
Neagley.
What is it?
Neagley.
She is getting her own show that starts in like September.
Yep.
So I'm assuming she'll pop up in this season, and then it'll be a nice handoff just as Reacher ends. Her show will begin.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Like, I love season 1 of Reacher, and I think everybody fell in love with season 1.
Which is just like the guy wandering into the town, and old timey formula, right? Like fucking almost Hulk. Rambo to some degree, right?
It's the Hulk. What if the Hulk was also fucking like Sherlock Holmes? So he just walks from town to town, gets into an adventure, smacks a bunch of people, shoots a bunch of people, sleeps with a girl, and solves the murder.
Really satisfying violence too, man. Like fucking watching him beat people's asses. Season 1 particularly was fucking eye-opening. He curbed a motherfucker. Punches a fucking like driver's side window, yanks a dude out, man, before the dude has chance to fucking cognize I've been yanked through a fucking broken window. Reacher curbs him to death right there. Like, it's so fucking nuts. But second
season 3 did kind of like, they fucked with the formula a little bit, which is like, he got so big that he couldn't really run anymore. And so it was a lot of gun shit. It was a lot of like, I'm going to shoot a bunch of people. It's like, I didn't really come here for the shooting. I came here for the punching. And then season 3 also kind of crawled up its own ass a little bit. And I think they've listened to the consensus from the audience, which is, I want to see him a little bit leaner. I want to see more hand-to-hand combat. I want him to have less people around him. Like, he might build a team, but I don't need him to have his entire like fucking network of buddies. He's a solo.
That was last season. That was when he had his whole Marine team.
Yeah. And so this one was just,
what is he? What member of the branch of the services was he?
He was military police, Army military police. So he was an investigator. And so like this season opens, which is he's literally in fucking Philly, at a jazz club, gets on a subway, sees a woman who looks like she's got a bomb in a bag, tries to convince her not to blow up the train. Turns out she just got a gun. and she spoiler warning, trigger warning, she kills herself right in front of him. And that kicks him into gear, which is like, he's a guy who I couldn't help her. I feel bad that I couldn't help her. What makes a person do this? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And it just sends him on this quest that runs against, senators and CIA and shadow organizations and cops, and just like somebody described him as a sort of high functioning autistic person who also is the Terminator, who also is 10% of the time a deeply empathetic person. Like, yeah, no, that checks out for me. Checks out for me. And there's lots of fucking big man go smacky smacky. And including like big man with a tiny cat, which is kind of lovely. Like, oh.
JD Champ in chat just said, all I want from Reacher is lots of punchy hobo action. I missed that in the last 2 seasons. That's true. They didn't really fall into that so much.
Yeah, but this year it's like, what's your address? It's like, where am I standing now? This is my address. Because I'm a homeless hobo who drifts from town to town, chasing cheesesteaks and jazz. It's great.
According to chat, Josh Sticks 017 says Neely, it's pronounced Neely, no G. There's G in there. Neely isn't in this season of Reacher, but Reacher is in the Neely show.
I mean, that's the other way to do it, which is like you use him as your.
I would have hedged my bets and fucking
both ways.
Oh my God, hands down. Like it would have ended that episode with her popping in with him like, all right, well, good luck with your new, and then he would have explained, he would have exposited the fucking TV guide breakdown of whatever the Neely show is about.
Yeah.
It is it's a some people are like, oh, it's formulaic. I'll fucking watch. I'll watch Alan Richardson curb people all day long. Some people, I saw somebody in chat was just like, he's not like in the books, he's more like The Rock and stuff, and they feel like Richardson is kind of stiff. I like his performance very much. I kind of like the fact that he's not overly performative. Makes him seem a little more real to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but I just buy him as like, oh yeah, it's just a giant guy walks around fucking picking clothes out of the Goodwill, and like, I don't know how he manages to stumble into town after town, Mark, where the Goodwill has somebody else in that town who wears his fucking sizes.
Yeah, he's like the biggest and the tallest at the big and tall.
I mean, that's, if I'm him as a army investigator, I'm like, oh, I'm going to find whoever donated these clothes and, proactively kill them before they have a chance to fight me later in the episode. Because remember last season when they had that gigantic fucking dude? They introduced him in episode 1, and you're like, how long until these two fight? And they made you wait like almost 10 fucking episodes. And they're like, here it is.
Yep. It's season finale. I got to beat this.
That dude was huge, man. Like that dude was somehow bigger than fucking Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
He was just taller even.
He was like 7 something. Massive dude.
Darth Vader 79 says, I love Reacher Save the Cat. Yeah. Adorable. Kevin Wiseman is in this season. Kevin Wiseman was in Clerks too. He's the guy that with Elias loves, Lord of the Rings. But he's getting a lot of screen time in this episode.
Yeah, and he's fun. He's playing, like weird conspiracy dude, which is always a good time.
He, if I remember correctly, he broke out in Alias way back in the day.
I'm sure the tech dude.
I believe so. I don't think it's all that different. But happy to see him doing it. Who was it? McFly 0809 said he was on Armchair Expert Richardson. Total sweetheart. He was on a vocal scholarship to college, met his wife in a ballet class. Dude is deep. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some interview with him where he talked about he initially was going to be a singer. Like he got accepted to a bunch of conservatories, and he didn't go to anything for music because he was like, how much do people who have music degrees make? So I'm going to be a teacher. I want to be an actor. I want to be a performer. And even if I go to Broadway, how much are we going to make on the Great Right Way? Like those guys make fucking actors equity minimum. So he became a model and then worked his way back around. But he's got fucking pipes, man. Dude can sing.
He could sing too.
Can sing like a Backstreet Boy.
Oh, really? So not like I look at a guy that big, I'm like, oh, you probably belt out some opera and shit like Pavarotti. But you're saying this dude could be like, I want it that way.
He's like an old school R&B guy, and by old school I mean like 90s. So
really,
yeah.
So he's like Motown Philly back again.
Yep.
Bam.
Don't trust a big
I
bag.
was you, I'd take precaution. Before I step to meet a fly girl.
Speaking of 1980s, 1990s popular culture, my favorite moment from the Ted Lasso season premiere is when they get called into the principal's office because their son wrote something in their notebook that was troublesome. And the minute it started to, I felt it coming because it is maybe my favorite lyric in all of hip hop. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened it, read it.
It said
they were suckers. Oh, Chuck.
They said they wanted me for their army or whatever.
Picture me giving a damn. I said never.
I know. I was so delighted. Instantly, I turned to Jenna. I was like, that's Public Enemy.
I know. I turned to my wife, and she was like, why are you laughing? Look at this Public Enemy.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite lyric ever because it's so bananas.
Ted Lasso is back, kids. And, if you're against heart, if you're against people who like each other, if you're against people who overcome the daily obstacles that life throws our way in a real human fashion, this show is not for you. It is just a wonderful, warm, human fucking show. I adored all 3 seasons of this show back in the day. When it left, I got it. But when they said they were coming back, I was there for it. There are 3 episodes in so far.
I thought there were 2.
Well, I just watched the 3rd one, which is Richmond's Got Talent, where they're trying to find a new striker. Now, I said to Jennifer while we were watching the show, I was like, here's my prediction, because it's girls. This year is all about the women's soccer team, Richmond's women's soccer team. So at the end series finale back in, season 3, Keely goes into Rebecca's office with a binder and opens it, and it says Richmond Women's League, and so they planted the seed there. And then the show went off the air. And then when they came back and they said they are doing the Richmond's Women's League storyline, one of the first things I thought, as somebody who enjoyed, fucking previous seasons of Ted Lasso, was like, oh my God, this allows him to play with the girl who he would always bounce the soccer ball back, dribble the soccer ball with, in front of the pub and the field where he lived, in that little lane thing. Remember the schoolgirl with the
Yeah.
So, spoilers if you haven't seen the newest episode, I think that's exactly what they did. And I was, I'm not saying like it made me feel smart because I was just, I was right there with the Ted Lasso writer, but it made me so happy. I was like, of course they would do that. Of course.
Yeah.
They would. I'm pretty sure it's the same girl. Because he knew her name, and I was like, why would he know her name? And I'm pretty sure. So man, oh man, just a delight to see everybody back. These people are so damn good at what they fucking do, and have been for 3 previous seasons. So if you're not watching Ted Lasso, kids, if you've never watched it, if you're like, I don't like soccer, oh my God, this is so not about fucking soccer.
And I'm so jealous that you get to watch it for the first time.
Yeah, it's magical, man. It's really, but to be fair, like when the season began again and they only put up 1 fucking episode and shit like that, I went back and rewatched everything from the top again. all three seasons. And fuck, dude, it works just as effectively the ninth time as it does like the first time. It is so well crafted, so well acted. Like it's like Iron Man. You know, it's like you put in Iron Man, you're like, fuck, man, they are just firing on all cylinders in this movie.
Yeah.
Said
Like
what they
if I had one complaint about the season 4 premiere, is that the structure is we're gonna ask Ted a question that we know he's going to say yes to, that he has to say no to for 40 minutes. Because you're just waiting for it. Because you know it's gonna happen, because otherwise there's no show. And so the finding ways to kind of belabor the inevitable was a little like, all right, sure, I guess we'll go on a little field trip through Kansas City with Leslie and stumble into the Negro, Baseball Hall of Fame for reasons that, I mean, cool, people should know about this, but I don't know what's happening, why it bears any impact on the show. But then it really, for me, it really fucking lives and breathes once they get back to the UK. Once he walks out of that apartment, once he walks down that little, narrow way, once he goes for a breakfast fucking Guinness, like then we're back.
Once he sees May,
Yeah.
I liked how at the end of the first episode they held the fucking song until the very end just for the credits, and it was like, yeah. You can. Fucking wonderful show, kids. If you've never looked into it, just fall back into the warm embrace of Ted Lasso. Again, legit funny fucking show.
Yeah.
Like great writing that will make you laugh and great performances that'll make you laugh. But fuck, you couldn't ask for something more human. Makes you feel human, makes you happy to be a human being and shit. Makes you think, God, maybe human beings aren't so bad after all and shit. It's
it shares a lot of DNA with Shrinking, also on Apple, also from Bill Lawrence, also from Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy Kent.
Mark is going to go, hey, Will Wilkins, temporary Banff man, stand-in Banff man.
Yes.
Marc Bernardin is going to do a 2-minute thing on Shrinking. So give him full screen.
Because I've done so well on the fly so far.
God, I believe in you. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Well, there's wait.
Just fly.
You there?
You got something.
I'm a leaf on the wind watching you soar.
Huh?
Well, all right. We're getting someplace.
All right. I mean, I guess that'll do.
Yeah.
Everybody's dark but me.
There it is.
I sort of resisted Shrinking for a while. I mean, its third season is up and already over. But in a nutshell, Shrinking is about Jason Segel, plays a therapist who, as the show opens, it's like the 1-year anniversary of his wife dying in a car crash. And he's been badly raising his daughter as a single widower dad. He's a shrink who works in a practice where Harrison Ford is the head of the practice, a sort of venerable old psychoanalyst. Jennifer Williams also is in the show. She's another psychiatrist. They all work together. They've got neighbors. Ted McGinley and Krista Miller live across the street. And it is just this kind of wonderfully warm, incredibly fun story about healing from trauma and about sort of overcoming the problems that you think you have. There's a character in it who's a vet from Iraq who just has like wild, violent outbursts, who becomes one of Paul's, played by Harrison Ford's, patients. There's an ongoing storyline where Harrison Ford's character has Parkinson's, which is progressing as the show goes. And so him dealing with the idea, and it's fucking Harrison Ford, who has never been better in my humble estimation. I forget that he is as good an actor as he is, because we've seen him as fucking Indiana Jones and Han Solo and Jack Ryan, and these are things that don't ask much of him as a performer. But every other episode, he will do a thing that makes you, A, realize how much we've sort of undervalued him as a performer, and B, will make you cry. Because again, it's Harrison fucking Ford. Just dropping the hammer and shifting into a gear that we didn't know that he had. Jessica Williams, I didn't realize the game that she was playing with. I mean, she was a correspondent on The Daily Show for a while. That's how I first encountered her. She's phenomenal. She's funny. She's a deft actor. She's gorgeous. She's awesome. Awesome. I mean, so it's a half-hour show. There's 3 seasons already up. Every episode will have a thing that will make you laugh your fucking pants off and B, probably make you cry. Brett Goldstein is in it.
And he co-wrote it, right?
Yeah, he co-created it. He has a credit on like maybe 2 or 3 episodes a season as a co-writer. And he's great. I'm not going to tell you who he plays, but he's great. There are no weak links in this show. Every episode earns its time, and it does satisfy the kind of Ted Lasso itch of do all of the things. Give me the complete picture of the human experiences. Make me laugh, make me cry, make me think, make me invested in these characters, and continue to propel this just purely human emotional story along. I can't recommend it highly enough. I mean, and I kind of just kind of dodged it for a while for no good reason. And I needed a half hour show to watch. And I was like, well, fucking Ted Lasso, let's see what this is about. And I now have to ration myself as I am on the last episode of season 3.
Bring me back, Will. Bring me back.
The man is back.
Fast. Holy shit.
That was fast.
I wasn't quite ready, but I'm no complaints. No complaints. Let me tell you something about Harrison Ford. In my Instagram stories right now is a charming ass clip. I don't know when it happened, but he's an older gentleman at this point, so it must have been within the last few years. Him with Cookie Monster. Have you seen this clip?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford sitting there with Cookie Monster, who's dressed like fucking Indiana Jones. He's got the hat and the leather jacket on. And he's eating cookies, and Cookie Monster's like, nom, 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 nom. You know, Cookie Monster, nom, nom, nom. But he's going, nom, 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 nom. And then Harrison Ford's eating cookies. He goes, oh, nom, 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 nom. Fucking adorable. And he's having a blast doing it. Like, you don't see him going like, oh my God, Harrison Ford must be hating every second of this. Seems like he's got a great sense of humor.
You know, and I think it's the like, he's matured into himself and he is reckoning. And this show is very much about a man who had previously been the most handsome man on the planet and a physical specimen, reckoning with having to lose both of those things. And I mean, there's even a couple of guest spots with Michael J. Fox, who I think already won an Emmy for playing that role. And he's great. I mean, fuck it, he's great. And speaking of Muppets,
Michael J. Fox joined the show. Is that
he's a guest star. He did like 2 or 3 episodes, playing a patient who's got Parkinson's. Just as Harrison Ford's character has his Parkinson's has developed to the stage where he can't ignore it anymore, where it's beginning to affect his life, where it's beginning to impact the way he conducts himself. And so to see the two of them on screen together, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. There's a lot of grace in this show, which I appreciated. A lot of forgiveness, a lot of
it's what Bill Lawrence does very well, man. Like,
yeah, even from Scrubs.
Ted Lasso, same thing. I mean, I know what Scrubs is, but I never really watched it. Same thing there.
Same thing. I mean, Scrubs is aiming a little more for just like it's an ABC sitcom,
Yeah.
but it would also like every episode, like it was doctors in a doctor show and people would die. And, you know, having to deal with, we're funny for a little bit and then we're getting very fucking serious very fast. And so he can navigate those tone shifts incredibly well. But yeah, I'm a big fan. So if you get a chance, if you got a half an hour to kill, Shrinking is a very good way to spend that half an hour.
McFly0809 asks in chat, can we get an update on Mark's film?
Deepest, darkest. Things are happening. Good things are happening. There are some investors who seem to have come from the Great White North who have taken a shine to our little movie. Nothing is set in stone. I don't have a cash drop in my account, but things are looking more promising than they have been in a good long while. So when I can share more, I will share more. But yeah, it's looking better. and I had a meeting this past week for another project that I'm doing with Tiffany Smith, an adaptation of a play that I saw and I loved, where I think we have our male lead for this, and I could not be more excited. And it's the kind of male lead that actually gets us what we need to get a movie made. So,
oh my God, Denzel said yes.
Uncle Denzel was like, "I will do it for you."
I didn't land on Marc Bernardin. Marc Bernardin landed on me.
I'm from round the way. I'm leaving here with something, and that something is Denzel Washington.
Marc Bernardin ain't got nothing on me. Well, that's all fucking good. How did your Saw Gerrera book came out? Yes,
it came out and sold out. I mean, I'm not a Kevin Smith level sellout, but I'm a cannot find it in a store sellout. So I'll take it.
Massive. How was the signing? You did a signing over Collector's Paradise?
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. Like I love a signing where people come in waves, and some are people that I know and love, and some are people that I have never met before. And it is the most wonderful thing to just be able to look at people who buy your stuff and appreciate your stuff and thank them for continuing to be on this train. It's lovely. It was a great time. I don't know when I'm coming back east next. Well, I do know, but if there's a version of being able to go back to the stash for even just a little bit and signing back in Jersey, I'll see if I can work that out.
Speaking of New Jersey,
yes, what you got going on in New Jersey, my friend?
Why, within 3 days, Mark, it's Tuesday right now. Well, in New Jersey, it's actually Wednesday morning in the wee hours. So on Friday night, kids, come on out to Smod Castle Cinemas, where the movies come to play. And you'll see me doing Jaws live. We'll get there. Dominus Vobiscum. And they were like, come on. It's a little fucking Latin, don't you think? you know how they told me no? They were like, Stan would never okay that title, Kevin.
Wow.
I know. Wow. It was like, ooh, they hit me right in my stands. What the
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you could have just said no.
They were like, you need something punchy. Spider-Man, Hulk, something and something. So hence Fire and Brimstone. But yes, it would have been a badass metal title to call it what it is. And I think the issue, the title I wound up getting to use, The Exorcism of the Incredible Hulk.
There you go.
The devil's in this one. Get ready, man. This is like Mephisto, my fucking demons, my fucking hell, my man. Don't forget, man. I'm the guy that did Daredevil, man, and brought Mephisto into that book as well.
Hell yeah.
Good times on sale this week. And if you can't go to the signing on Saturday, just go to your local comic book store Wednesday. If you're out back east, I mean today, and pick up at your LCS, man. And then just try to find a fucking copy of Saw Gerrera by Marc Bernardin.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
If you do,
good luck to you, my friend. That's right. Okay.
Should we do our last ad and then get into the news?
Did we review everything? Did we talk about everything?
Well, no.
Let me give you the end of Oak Street.
Yes.
So fun. Well made. Anne Hathaway, like fucking Anne Hathaway tries to win an Oscar in everything, and not in a thirsty way, but she just like fucking one of the most convincing actors on the planet, man. Even in this, which is like total Spielbergian, fantasy fare, and the kind of movie that everyone's always crying about, like they don't make this anymore, and they made it, nobody went. It opened at number 3 and stuff, and I get it. Spider-Man is like, I love Spider-Man as well. I haven't seen the Odyssey yet, but I understand that's doing well and stuff. But I guess this movie made 20 million, but they needed it to do more. Totally fucking fun film that, set in the 80s and feels like it. You know what I'm saying? As you watch it, it was like, oh shit, what a great fucking throwback. But yeah, totally fun watch. I would have enjoyed a lot more at home just by virtue of the fact that, like,
you're that guy?
Yeah. Got a pretty big TV, Mark. Not bragging, but
I know. I've seen it. Big screen.
They get you for that parking. It's so expensive. No, it was definitely worth seeing on the big screen and whatnot. We had practically had the theater to ourselves. Went over to the Landmark and checked it out.
Hmm.
I believe it's playing at Castle Cinemas, but I was out in Los Angeles. But Ewan McGregor, fun, but here's what I really appreciated. So they, no secret, they did fucking dinosaurs, and it's just goofy ass fucking simple concept. What if the neighborhood fucking fell into a time bubble and just swapped with a primordial piece of real estate and shit? All the dinosaurs are the feathered ones. You know how like when they started Jurassic Park, they all like lizards and shit, the reptile skin. And then like, a couple of years ago or 10 years ago, they were like, motherfucker, they were big birds and they had feathers on them. Like fucking Alan Grant said that and fucking, but they had feathers. They did these dinosaurs, they had feathers all over them. Like the raptors looked like birds, not like big lizards and shit. And then it like if the idea of Anne Hathaway fucking emptying a shotgun into the face of a fucking dinosaur doesn't do it for you, there's a moment in the movie where they do something I don't think they've done in any of the Jurassic Parks. You see dinosaurs fucking.
I mean, that's at the end of Oak Street.
That's why I wanted to watch it at home, Mark. They were very clear at the Landmark that I could not masturbate in the theater while watching dinosaurs fuck. So if I was home, I would have been pulling it.
Girl.
Oh my God. I couldn't have cut my hands off. These two dinosaurs at one point, they like round a corner and one dinosaur's got his feet on the house and the other dinosaur's pumping him from behind and shit. It becomes a thing. Like they take a picture of it at one point. I'm telling you, they should have marketed the movie with that. Like that fucking 30-second clip of the movie, people would have been like, so it's like Jurassic Park, but the dinosaurs fuck? I'm totally going.
I know.
Because that's the only thing that's been missing from Jurassic Park all this time.
Jurassic.
Because they were like, nature finds a way. We made them all girls. And so they just spontaneously reproduce and shit. So there was no scene of like, fucking Dilophosaurus fucking slowly home. It was nuts, dude. It was crazy. I did not expect to see it. I think it was a PG-13 movie as well. They said fuck once, but it felt rather PG-13. I mean, it wasn't like close up where you saw insertion or anything, but like, I don't think this would have flown on TGIF. I'll tell you that much.
Not so much. TNT. USA,
unless it was like TGIF, like a nature show where like, this is what they do in nature, kids. They nature each other.
It's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm Lorne Michaels.
Wild. Lorne Michaels. Lorne Michaels' Wild Kingdom. Land shark.
They should fuck.
Oh God, Bob Perlitz just nailed it. He said Jurassic Pork. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what it was, man. Big old Jurassic Pork. He was like, oh, it was one of them long neck fuckers, man. Like the fucker in Jurassic Park that like stepped up and ate from a branch and then popped.
Brontosauruses.
But he had some feathers on him as well.
I don't know about these feathers, man.
Galactass says, hey, Kev, your background is really great. When you have so much stuff, it's hard to make it look good, but it looks beautiful, man. Your collection is really cool. Why, thank you.
Ooh.
I pride myself on that fucking wall, man. That's my look at the precision, kids.
Motherfuckers out there with protractors and rulers and compasses.
That's a pinball deck right there. Over there. And above is a Dudley Durant. Let me tell you something about these fucking Bullwinkle cells, man. I found one just when I'm always like, I must have them all by this point. I found one online today. That's why I go to eBay every fucking day, man. And sometimes it's like, I'm like a fisherman. Sometimes you come back without a catch. I don't know if that happens. I've never fished, but I assume sometimes they come back and they didn't catch a fish. Gotta be, right? You can't fucking hit every time. Maybe they do. Maybe that's why they farm the sea. You know what? I'm really starting to put shit together right here, Mark.
Went on a journey.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck. In any event, sometimes I go to eBay and I come up fucking short. Today I saw a fucking print that came from J. Ward Studios back in 1990 that I didn't know existed, and it was fucking gorgeous, man. It was Rocky and Bullwinkle on a boat with pulling a bottle with a note, fan mail from some flounder. And I won that on eBay, and I felt like a king, like a goddamn king. And I already have a space picked out for it and stuff. Anyway, enough about my Bullwinkle collection.
I love that you found a way to be victorious every day if possible.
I mean, that's the key, right? Just little wins. They ain't got to be massive. I ain't got to be like, fucking a super villain and shit, where it's like I take over, like just a little hills, little conquests and shit. Just a little victory every day. String enough together.
You know what other show that I started watching and I found myself just thoroughly diverted and enjoying? Ride or Die on Amazon, starring Octavia Spencer and
Hannah Waddingham. Is this a show or a movie?
It's a miniseries. I think at the very least, there's 8 episodes of what is currently a season.
What is the premise?
The premise is Octavia Spencer is the wife of a British member of parliament. She's American, but she lives in the UK. Her best friend is Hannah Waddingham. They're in a big book club together. But what she doesn't know is that Hannah Waddingham is also an assassin. A globe-trotting international assassin who's been doing such for the last 20, 25 years or so. And worlds collide, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but to say that they have to go on the run together, where Octavia Spencer discovers that her best friend is not a meek forensic accountant, but is actually a fucking, kill murder bot honey trap. It's funny. The action is great. It's a bit James Bond. It's a bit Midnight Run. It gets pretty emotionally, I'm not going to say complex, but rich as it goes forward. Bill Nye plays a spy master.
Bill Nye, the science guy?
No, Bill Nye, the
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones.
Was he Davy Jones, the guy with the?
No, that was fucking what's his name?
The tentacle beard.
Yeah, tentacle beard was Jeffrey Rush.
No.
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush was tentacle beard.
Was he?
Yeah. But Bill Nye was in those movies. But Bill
Nye
in
the movies, right?
Yeah. He's also the dude who wrote the one-hit wonder in Love Actually. The Christmas song that he hates. But he's fantastic. It's just they don't make shows what seem to be for women of a certain age specifically. But also I love Hannah Waddingham. I love Octavia Spencer. I love the idea of a globe-trotting spy espionage show starring a lethal Hannah Waddingham and a somewhat bumbling Octavia Spencer. It's a very good mismatched buddy comedy. And it's on Amazon. It goes down so fucking easy. Again, if you got yourself a little bit of a weekend and you just want to burn through 8 episodes of something that's not going to hurt, you could do far, far worse.
The title again?
Ride or Die. Oh, Reborn Hunter 3213 says that Bill Nye was 100% Davy Jones, but Rush was Barbosa. But that's Barbosa right. Was the one.
So it was. Wait, which one was this guy? I thought that was Davy Jones.
Bill was Davy Jones' tentacle beard, apparently, according to Bruce-ish.
So I didn't go deep in that series, but I thought I remembered him being the dude.
Yeah.
There is a question, or not a question, really. McFly 0809 says, Kevin and Mark, seen the latest from the Fast Color team? Don't Say Good Luck is brilliant, funny, and hit you in the feels.
I have not yet.
You're a big Fast Color fan.
I'm a huge Fast Color fan. I even worked with that team to develop a Fast Color TV show that never went. So I love working with Julia and Jordan. They were fantastic. I'm very curious about that, not the least because I like them, but Melanie Linsky plays the mom in that. And she is wonderful. She was on the first season of Castle Rock, and she was just a joy and a wonder and a light. And she's terrific. And also married to Jason Ritter, who we've already talked about today. And so they are both wonderful.
Yeah, they are a couple, man. She was in Matlock. She popped up in Matlock, his show.
Shit.
Yeah, it was cute. Okay, let's see. I guess we should do an ad.
We'll hit the ridge.
Yeah, oh yeah. Our good folks at Ridge, kids. The folks at Ridge, you know them. You love them. Let me just tell you this right now. One thing to pack, 5 ways to power, man. You can find Ridge's Power Bank at Best Buy, or our listeners could get 10% off at ridge.com. Go to ridge.com right now. RIDGE.com. You use the code FATMAN, all one word, at checkout. You're gonna get 10% off your Ridge purchase, man. Just head to ridge.com and use the code FATMAN. You're all set. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you, man. This Ridge, anytime they send me a sample that I'm supposed to show on camera, some piece of shit steals it. That's how, like, it's crazy, man. Like, fuck, I think my kid's fucking fiance took one. I fucking know Ernie took one back east and shit. They're like, ooh, that's a Ridge. And they took it away from me. I got to hold on to the one that has keys on it, man. These things are fucking powerful. Really, really fucking nice, man. They protect your credit cards. You can use them like a wallet for the wallets. Or you can do the keys. Or now they do power banks, for heaven's sakes.
I know. I bought one of those to take to Comic-Con, and it fucking saved my bacon more than once. I was able to charge my watch, my phone, my laptop, all of it.
It is, let me tell you something, man. The kind of craftsmanship that the good folks at Ridge put into their products. Heavy metal. It's about as metal as it gets, kids. This is not, they're not phoning this in. They're not 3D printing this nonsense. They protect your keys. They protect your cards and your cash, man. Because it's made of something so strong, strongest substance on earth, vibranium, for heaven's sakes.
But yeah, their 5-in-1 travel power bank has built-in cables that you charge all your devices at the same time with just one power bank. It's got MagSafe wireless charging, Apple Watch charger, Lightning, USB-C, every way you need to charge in one premium device. No juggling adapters or wall outlets. 20 watts of power. Charges your phone as fast as it possibly can. 10,000 milliamp hours capacity. You got the 3 full phone charges in your goddamn pocket. And the newest iPhone just dropped. Make sure you pair it with a power bank that actually keeps up. Like everything Ridge makes is built to last. Free shipping, 99-day free risk-free trial, a lifetime warranty. The last power bank you're ever going to need.
They look badass, kids, man. They're available in matte olive, base camp orange, and matte black, man. A design that doesn't scream, I bought this at the airport. One thing to pack, 5 ways to power, man. You can find Ridge's power bank, my friends, at Best Buy, or our listeners can get 10% off at ridge.com, RIDGE.com, by using code FATMAN, all one word, FATMAN, at checkout. Just head to ridge.com and use code FATMAN, and you're all set, man. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that this show sent you. We thank the good folks at Ridge, man. I can take that Ridge any day.
Ridged for your pleasure.
From Ridge to the shaft. I'll take it all, kids. Thank you, Ridge. We dig you. Thank you for believing in us, because we sure fucking believe in you.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Shall we do some news?
Let's do some news, some D23 news. And then, of course, because it is this year, there was some sad news at the very, very tail end of it.
Oh, heavens. Okay, D23, kids, happened. Well, you know what? Before D23 happened, bit of news happened right before D23.
Ooh,
that surprised the hell out of me. All of a sudden, somebody, Bob Perlitz, was just like, congrats on the Star Wars Marvel news. And I was like, how do you know that? Suddenly it was out there. Entertainment Weekly put out the story. They broke the story, kids. And it was that for the first time ever in the history of both of these franchises, Star Wars and Marvel are going to be crossing over. It was on stands in April of '77, a few weeks before the movie came out in May of 77. That's how far back Star Wars and Marvel go, man. And ever since then, Marvel's like, hey, man, we're publishing your comics. Can we, like, you know, can't Luke Skywalker swing with Spider-Man? Can't Iron Man fly with Han Solo? And Lucasfilm for years, for decades, as if it was the rosary, for heaven's sake, was like, no, you know, we're happy to have our stories published at Marvel, but no, our characters exist in their world and we don't collab in that way. And because it's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars next year, so much so that they're releasing, as they told us at D23, and as I knew over a year ago, the original cut of Star Wars, George Lucas's theatrical release cut from 1977. Since there's a lot of hullabaloo surrounding the 50th anniversary of the greatest science fiction franchise, mainstream history, they wanted to celebrate. And so they told Marvel that Marvel could do the thing. Lucasfilm said to Marvel, you can do the thing that you've always wanted to do. The parameters and stuff. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people online be like, yeah, I get it, but him, you know, meaning me. I was just as surprised as you kids. But I will, because, you know, if I was in charge, I would have hired like Scott Snyder. I would be like, who sold the best-selling comic book of last year? Get that fucker to write it. And for all I know, they reached out to him and he was like, fuck you, I'm busy. I'm making absolute cash with absolute Batman and stuff. But I've been working at Marvel for a red hot minute now. And I started, Nick Lowe had reached out to me like back in, I think, late 2024 about like, hey, we're doing a Earth 616 book. You know, how would you like to write a Spider-Man story? And I was like, oh, shit, that'd be fun. That'd be great. I mean, he knew I was back in comics because I was doing Secret Stash Press stuff with Masquerade and with Quick Stops. And so, you know, he took a stab and I was like, yeah, I'm into it. And so I started doing stuff at Marvel. The next thing they asked me, like, hey, Batman, Deadpool Batman, we're putting out. DC's doing Batman Deadpool. In our book, we're going to do Green Arrow meeting Daredevil. And I was like, I wrote both of those characters. They're like, that's why we're talking to you, dope. So like, do you want to write the story? It's only 8 pages. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And so while I was doing that, I think it was Jordan White, my editor, who was like, hey, you know, in the next Spider-Man movie that comes out next year, because this was like last year, they were, you know, Spider-Man Hulk is going to be in it with the Punisher. So we're doing a Spider-Man Punisher book. We want to do a Spider-Man Hulk book. Would you want to do that? And I was like, oh my God, maybe. I mean, I don't know, let me ask. And I asked Andy McElfresh and he was way into it. And so I was like, all right. To be honest, we pitched a book that they said no to at first. It was the Spider-Man Hulk 76. So it was set in 1976. And they were like, I think it was CB was like, nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants to watch old Hulk in comics. So like, try again. And I almost walked away like, fuck this. But Andy was like, no, I think it'd be fun to write a fucking Spider-Man Hulk book. So I was like, all right, let me give it one more thought. And then I came up with the storyline I did. So we were working on that book. That's when the folks at Marvel were like, hey, man, how would you like to do Jay and Silent Bob in the Marvel universe? You know, and I was like, oh. So we started letting them pop up all throughout a bunch of different titles. And then Jays of Future Past came out, of course, a couple months ago. Now, in the midst of Jays of Future Past, the least likely book you'd imagine would lead to the Star Wars Marvel crossover entitled Hope Assembles. They asked me like, hey man, the folks at Lucasfilm Publishing would like to have a conversation with you. Are you open to it? And I was like, oh my God, absolutely. And so I got on a conference call, and this is shortly after my mom passed away. So my mom died right at the like top of December 1st. And then later on, I was in like Colorado doing shows. Denver, I think it was. And you know, I had a phone conference with all the Marvel folks, Marvel Star Wars folks, and the Lucasfilm Publishing folks. And they told me the thing. They were like, okay, so we're going to do this. And we thought maybe you might be the person to write it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm absolutely flattered, like serious. And they're like, yeah, you've been talking about this stuff for years. And, you know, Marvel and, Star Wars really well. And so, they told me what the parameters were for the gig, because I couldn't just go in and do whatever the heck I wanted naturally. You're talking about two of the most safeguarded fucking franchises on the planet, for heaven's sakes. So once they gave me like, this is the playing field. This is the parameters for telling this story. I said, oh my God, yeah, I could do that. I said, how about we do it this? What if this was, our way in? And they went for it like right away. So they said, write up an outline and we'll go over it and see if it kind of works. So I'll be honest with you, I was a little nervous, because last time I played with somebody else's toys, I get yelled at by the internet. So these are toys that people are very serious about, Mark. However, comic books is maybe the last playground. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're making a movie, when you're making a TV show, you're committing and money's being spent, expectations are high and stuff like that. Beauty of comic books is people will still let you fuck around in comics, man. Like at the end of the day, it's like, what, you don't like it? Just wait a month. It'll be gone. Shit, wait a week. There's going to be like 20 more you can replace it with. So you still get to like play. The bar is far lower than even if they were like, hey, we're doing an animated thing or something like that. Like, this has a chance to live and breathe. And I'll tell you, the art by David, oh my God, just beautiful. Like, and I've been saying for a long time, like I have an image on my phone that would break the internet. Like I saw his first big pencil piece that became all the covers that Entertainment Weekly released, that Marvel gave to Entertainment Weekly, that, will make up kind of the base covers. And just flabbergasting to see Luke side by side with Captain America and Spider-Man, to see Darth Vader standing beside the character who inspired his fucking look in the first place, Doctor Doom, for heaven's sakes, and then that Thanos behind him and stuff. Some people have been like, why is Greedo in there? Like, because Greedo's behind him and shit. They're like, Greedo plays a big part. Greedo plays a fucking part, kids. But as for, some people were like, why not the Emperor, dickhead? Because here, I guess I could explain that as well. So originally, when they were talking about doing it, they were like, so it'll be Marvel meets Star Wars and, go ham. And I said, how much Star Wars? And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, all three, like of the classic trilogy. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, that might be too much. I was like, that's a lot of characters. I was like, how about we just, since it's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, we keep it to Star Wars OG, that way. I said, and I was honestly trying to set myself up for a future gig. I was like, that way, when it rolls around for the Empire's 50th, you get to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's the Return of the Jedi's 50th, you get to do it again. And whether it's me or not, it's still another fun bite at the apple, because the story, I'm going to say it, because this is what they told me when I took the job. This is a canon story. It's not like, what happened? Oh, it was all a dream. It's canon. So it gives them a chance to revisit with Empire's anniversary and with Return of the Jedi's anniversary. So they went for that. They were like, yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. So there would be no Emperor in this because there was no Emperor in Star Wars, just like there's no Boba Fett. Like that would have been a badass cover. Will Wilkins, put up that the Darth Vader Doctor Doom cover. You got Thanos behind him, you got Ultron behind him, for heaven's sakes. And so imagine that image. Imagine if Greedo was swapped out with fucking Boba Fett. Like, you'd spontaneously nut just staring at that picture. But we don't, because I was like, hey man, let's do Star Wars first. And so we don't get Emperor or Boba Fett in this. So there you go. So Greedo, I'm not saying like he plays a massive role, but he's in there for a reason.
And you get to do Boba Fett Iron Man next time.
Did you see the Lego kits? Like I have nothing to do with that. Like the Iron Falcon, like they're doing a Millennium Falcon that looks like it's an Iron Man design and stuff like that. Is not from our story at all, but that is fun. They're enjoying this window. The job itself, like I couldn't talk about for almost, what was it? December is when this began. So 8 months. They called it Project Cocktail forever. And periodically people would come up to me and be like, I know about Project Cocktail. And I'd be like, how the fuck did you know? Because there are licenses, because they're doing some merch and things and stuff like that, which, never occurred to me, because I was like, well, I mean, if you got Star Wars figures, you got Marvel figures, you can play this. People have played this forever.
Who doesn't want it?
Exactly. But I think there will be more merch out there in the world. But my Lord, man, I handed in my outline like 2 weeks later, max. Maybe it was even the next week. And they went for it in a big, bad way. They were very sweet. And the guy at Lucasfilm was like, this is a love letter to Star Wars, Marvel, and comics in general. And then I think they reused that quote for the press release and stuff. My editor over at Marvel, Mark Panacea, has been great.
He was my editor.
Yeah, that's right. He's the Star Wars guy. He's great, right?
Yeah, he was awesome.
But man, oh man, it's like the kid who years ago, had a subscription to Marvel Comics, and when Return of the Jedi ended, he just kept, subscribed and kept reading those comics, and would always be like, oh man, when are they going to cross over? When are they going to let like Spider-Man be in Star Wars, for heaven's sakes? To grow up and actually play that, write that story is pretty damn magical. So yes, it is. What else can I tell you? 5 issues. I don't know if they said that, but I'm sure they did. I don't think I'm spoiling anything. Starting in January, and then it ends like right when Star Wars comes out, theatrical re-release. Fun story. Like I had a blast doing it. If you go over to, on Friday, there's a new episode. Me and Jay started doing a new podcast called Jay and Silent Bob are in the His House. On Friday's episode, I go into way deep detail about working on the book and stuff like that, and some light spoiler stuff. But it's a dream. I'm done. I'm like, some people are like, oh man, he's gonna be late. No, like that's why they started when they did, because this book don't come out. Like when they first talked to me about it, it's like this book doesn't street for a year, so they've got plenty of lead time and whatnot. So I've seen a full issue of pencils and inks. Gorgeous stuff by David Marquez. I've seen color pages, fucking beautiful. And I've seen almost all of issue 2. I'm done with all the scripts. I think there's probably like one more pass that I'm going to do on the script for issue 5, just because that was the last one I turned in. But it's a fun story. I tried to write, essentially, I was like, how do you approach this? And I tried to write an Avengers movie. And I feel relatively okay about like, oh yeah, I'm not saying like I could do this in the movies, but I've watched enough Marvel movies to know, like, all right, this is how you balance a lot of fucking characters at once. That was crazy. Like, as much as like you have to deal with every Star Wars character and almost every Marvel character. That's a lot of plates to be spinning and stuff. But I had a lot of help, and the good folks at Lucasfilm Publishing and Star Wars Publishing were great. I remember when I first got the gig, somebody was just like, oh, good luck, because those guys, like, you want to talk about fucking dotting every T and crossing every I, so to speak, like you will get notes. And so I was fully expecting, a bunch of like, all right, you know, I told them in the beginning too. I was like, kids, I may be writing it, but let's be honest, this is all of our story. Anybody got cool ideas, throw them here. Don't hold back and stuff. Feel free to tell me whatever you want to tell me and stuff. So I you know, expected to get a bunch of notes that were like, you're doing it wrong. But the notes were fucking wonderfully nerdy. So notes like, you know, oh, how they get onto the Tantive 4 is by virtue of this imperial craft called the docking shuttle. Like, and this is what it looks like. And you didn't see it in the movie, but this is how it would have functioned and stuff like that. Then, like, there were conversations which were like just wonderful. Like, you know, just like I couldn't believe we were all adults and we were all being paid to do this. A conversation about what exactly can a lightsaber cut through? Can it cut through adamantium? Can it cut through vibranium? Can it cut through the Hulk? What can a lightsaber do? Like, you know, it was, and realizing that it's like we had to have a group discussion about it because this stuff becomes canon. This is the stuff they'll talk about. Like this is the nitty gritty, in the weeds, nerdy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how much damage can a lightsaber do in the real world and stuff? So it was good times, man, writing it, but a difficult, like, writing gig by virtue of the fact that you do have to spin a lot of plates. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I could do this shit in my sleep. Jay's of Future Past, I could definitely do in my sleep, man. I could do blindfolded. But this, like, I had to write notes down. Like, I had my outline in advance. I actually had to bounce from the outline to and fro and whatnot. And then also make it work in the page count. Like, but all worth it. My God, I had a fucking blast. So I think, Mark, of anything I've ever done in comic books, and I'm not taking any credit for this, this is by no virtue of my fucking skill, but I think it is safe to say, of all the comic books that have my name on them, this one I think will sell. I think, like, who ain't gonna read this book? You know what I'm saying? Like, I look forward to seeing this book. You know, I'm always flying every weekend and shit. I look forward to just passing this book for the next 10, 20 years while I'm going to the airport, because it's just a perennial. You put all those characters together on one cover, you could sell that to John Q. Public, who don't know shit about comic books except what they've seen in the movies before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, that'll outlive me. Like, honestly, like, when I got the gig, I was like, holy shit, there's the job. If they're making a TV movie about my life, it ends with me writing fucking Hope Assembles. Like, it never got better than that for the Star Wars boy who loved Marvel. So yes, comes out in January, kids. Just like how we're having a signing at the Secret Stash this weekend for Spider-Man Hulk #1. Oh, you can bet we'll be doing a massive signing for Hope Assembles, Star Wars Marvel Hope Assembles, when it comes out in January, and every month after that, February, March, April, and May. There will be exclusive covers at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, I can assure you that.
I'm sure.
And I'm just enjoying it now, and before it comes out, and then a bunch of people are like, go to hell, die, you ruined it. I don't think it'll happen on this one. Knock wood. I think it's really, like, it's a warm, wonderful story. Like, yeah. I'm not taking all the credit and shit like that. I had a playing field and, you know, parameters with which to work, but, you know, I wrote from the fans' heart. You know what I'm saying? And they were not like, you got to do this, you got to do that. They were very cool, both Marvel and Lucasfilm. So I hope y'all dig it. I mean, if for nothing else, if like you don't like the story, fuck it. Wait till you see the art. God damn it, the art is beautiful. And there are some stunning fucking splash pages throughout this whole thing. Some double page spreads, of course, yes, but like iconic imagery of Marvel meeting Star Wars that'll make you be like, I think it's book that'll draw a lot of breaths, take your breath away in that. And not because I'm like so brilliant a writer or anything like that. It's just seeing these characters. Like at one point, Princess Leia puts her blaster in fucking, Tony Stark's open masked face. And it's a beautiful fucking shot. Like, there's so much I want to share. So many spoilers I want to give out. So many. Yeah, I know. It's really tough to not share, but my God, I've enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else enjoys it too. So that was huge fucking news. And then D23 happened. And we were like, like an hors d'oeuvre. Like would you like a cocktail weenie? Because then Marvel laid out a meal and fed the fucking crowd all weekend at D23. For those unfamiliar with D23, essentially it's like Disney's own Comic-Con, where they have a convention space. They use, where is the Anaheim Convention Center this time? And they put on panels. It's almost like they got their own Hall H and stuff. And they put up exhibits that you can take photos with and interact with.
There's a floor, there's a main stage, there's all of it.
Comic-Con too, but just Disney style. An exclusive event, crazy exclusive event. I asked somebody over at Marvel, I was like, hey man, like after the Star Wars news dropped, I was like, hey man, can I get into D23? And they were like, no.
Sorry.
Message heard loud and clear.
Okay.
It is yeah, man, at D23, which I'm happy to report, as much as like, oh, it would have been nice to be there. You didn't have to be there. And that's what the person at Disney told me. They were like, I was like, oh, I want to see some Marvel stuff. And they were like, wait a minute. Because they knew it was coming. So not only did D23, do their show, they then released their material. Like, all the secret trailers and most of the shit that everyone saw, we all got to enjoy in official releases, not just like shaky cam footage from the back of the room and shit. Including the trailer for Avengers Doomsday that they showed us at Hall H back at Comic-Con in July. Mm-hmm. So now the entirety of the internet has seen this trailer, and the general reaction is crazy enthusiastic, with a lot of people going like, why didn't they lead with this trailer? Well, I don't know. I mean, they got you, and they got you months in advance. So I don't care when they were. Having seen the first trailer they put out, I was very satisfied. But when I watched this trailer backstage at Hall H back in July, I was like, holy shit, man. Like, they just made Doom so fucking epic. And, I know a lot of people in their heads are like, man, they built up Thanos over years. But it's like quick blips at the end of the movie. It's not like they spent a fuck ton of time with him and stuff. So I feel like they're going to effectively be able to give us Doom, and a Doom that is adjacent to, if not the Doom we know and love from the fucking comics, without all the runway that people seem to remember Thanos having. I once again, watching that trailer, the tone of it, they're getting it pitch perfect as far as I'm concerned. And I still believe that Robert Downey Jr. is doing this movie just to see if he can win an Oscar from behind a metal mask. Like, a guy just won his Oscar for Oppenheimer. He's like, let me see if I can win best supporting actor or even best actor, playing like one of the most famous villains in comic book history. But you'll never see my very expressive face. You'll just see my eyes. You don't even get to see him use his mouth as Dr. Doom, at least in the clips that we've seen so far. So, and the clips, oh my God. They starts, of course, with Sue Richards talking about Victor Von Doom and who he was and who he's become and what has happened. And we see a bunch of heroes. And then they cut to like what looks like a destroyed Manhattan, which a lot of folks online seem to feel is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's Manhattan. So that massive swath of destruction, a lot of folks online are like, I think that's meant to be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's New York and shit. Incursion, must have happened. And And then you see Reed Richards going, Victor, did you do this? And they cut to like, fucking Dr. Doom just raising his eyes slightly. It's behind the mask. And then Reed Richards is like, did you do this? And Dr. Doom, they let him show off his abilities, man. Pops out of a window, fucking does a power superhero landing, but as a super villain and shit, cape flowing. And we've seen the clip of Thor coming at him with Stormbreaker, but here they go a little bit further. So not only does he stop it with two fingers, he just waves at Stormbreaker to the side and then fucking blows Thor away with fucking Doom's magic and shit. And then uses those same magic hands to fucking plant in the ground, and we get to watch all these comic book accurate, screen ready sentinels rise. And he says, hell answers to me, for I am Arnold. He's going with a very Arnold accent.
Very like mid-European kind of like.
I want to hear him say, to crush the enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
Oh, that is good.
He says, all of you have lived stolen lives. And he sounds very, very Arnold. But yes, he's doing a Latverian accent, kids, and I'm fucking here for it all day long. Oh, fuck, man. We've seen Dr. Doom in, movies before, and we've seen him in cartoons. I love that they seem to be doing as comics accurate a Dr. Doom as possible. This is one of the greatest comic book villains of all time, and without him, you don't get to a Darth Vader. So badass that they're doing it in justice, and RDJ is so deeply invested and whatnot. He gave an interview where he says, I like playing this guy more than Iron Man. He's more complicated. Yeah, that trailer, I was so happy the rest of the world got to see it, but more happy that I got to roll it again and again and again, man. That became my jerk off video for the next 2 days. I just put it on and fucking.
Man, if you couldn't pound out the dinosaurs, then you're second best.
Had I known, I would have been doing that. But I didn't even have to touch myself for that one. I just watched that Doomsday trailer and I'm like, gah. Hands free. So good. What else did they do though? They released the trailer for Vision Quest as well.
They did.
Fucking dope.
It looks dope and like weird in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the show is, which is actually
looks like we spend a lot of time in his mind palace. I'm all for that shit.
Yeah. Like I kind of appreciate a trailer that doesn't tell me everything right away. Just like the WandaVision trailers didn't tell us very much. Like we got vibes and moods, but we didn't get story. And so I kind of appreciate that about the Vision Quest trailer. And Spader.
Darth Raider 79 in chat said, two fingers stopping Stormbreaker is freaking stupid. I disagree. Especially it's communicating to the mass audience. Like, you remember Stormbreaker, right? He put that's the thing he fucking cut Thanos' head off with. Having Doom stop it with two fingers because he's fucking magic, man. He controls magic, for heaven's sakes. I buy that 100%. And I remember bumping into, when I first saw the Avengers, man, bumping into the Loki pokey stick where he fucking used what was it? Which stone was in it to fucking like change people's hearts and shit?
Yeah. I don't remember.
I remember going like, come on, really? And then I was like, why are you being so judgy? This is a movie where a guy turns into a big green monster. Like, go with it and shit. So I don't bump into fucking Doom catching it with two fingers. Oh my God. Make him God level Emperor Doom, for Christ's sakes, man. This is one of the baddest badasses of all time. I'll tell you what's not going to happen. He's not going to get beaten by a pile of ants in his first appearance, man.
Probably not.
This is the Doctor, man.
Yeah. I mean, my one bump against that was that it is basically the same scene of Thor running up against Thanos and then losing. You know, there's the same vibe of the like, all right, it's time for you to bow to my giant fucking sparky wand. And Thanos laughs at him, ultimately. Like, that's the same vibe. Like, they're doing a lot of heavy lifting to make an audience who doesn't know who Doom is afraid of Doom, which, fair. Like, they have to do that heavy lifting to get this audience on board. But so it just feels a bit, Like, oh, didn't we just do this with Thanos? Wasn't Thanos the guy that Thor couldn't take down?
EL Fisher 8230 in chat said Thanos had magic. Would you agree with that?
He had the stones. He didn't have magic.
Yeah, the stones, but they're not. I wouldn't consider them magic. That was the power cosmic, almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, it manifests as magic in that, like, he'll point a fucking finger and suddenly time starts going backwards and shit. Like, functionally, it does what magic does, but he's not a magic person. He doesn't have magic.
And I would never consider that stones gave him magic powers,
right?
Cosmic powers. But I won't die on that cross. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's functionally it's the same thing. I'm waving my hand and shit happens. But yeah, I don't think he's a magic person. Practical magic.
Let's talk about what else was at D23.
The Ahsoka season 2 trailer dropped.
Yeah, man, with far more Hayden Christensen.
Lots of Hayden, lots of Thrawn, lots of other people from Rebels who I don't know. I mean, it's like it looks great, as well it should, given that it's been 3 years since season 1.
Has it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Time flies, man.
Time flies indeed. But like,
look, I'm a big Rosario fan, as we all know. But did you see she got cut out of Brand New Day?
Yeah.
Claire was supposed to be in it, man.
And she's shot. It's not even like they cut her out in script. Like, she was on stage.
She's shot. She said she did press with her grandson wearing Spider-Man t-shirt. And yes, you heard me, grandson. That blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
I know, but like at the same time, I'm like, come on.
When we were shooting, because she's in Deepest Darkest, and we shot her when we had her opportunity, she was talking about her grandson, who at the time was like an infant, I think. And I could not wrap my head around the hottest grandma that anybody has ever seen in the world.
I had a grandma. She did not. She did neither of them came close. Never mind looking like Rosario. They weren't nearly the age of Rosario. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were ancient women who fucking lived like Methuselah type lives. So whenever she says grandmother, I'm always like, man, like, you make that shit look good.
Hell yeah. So we got the Ahsoka season 2 trailer. We got the Vision Quest trailer. We got the new Doomsday spot. And I'm pretty sure that if you were on the internet last weekend, you saw the Starfighter footage, the teaser, I think, that they dropped, which like doesn't
Ryan Gosling. What is that? Say again?
Doesn't have a ton of context. Like, you don't really know. It's like cool images and starfighters.
And this takes place post JJ's trilogy, right?
Yeah. It's a continuation. We're on the other side of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in that trailer. Not enough to, I mean, in fact, not even, is the ship familiar at all?
Not that I recognize, but it's all vibes. Like, you can't even make a judgment on it. It's just like, oh, that looks like Star Wars, I guess.
Did you see The Simpsons? They put out a sequence, like they showed like a storyboard animatic sequence at a Isotopes game and Homer trying to catch a ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot they got a Simpsons movie coming as well.
They got a Simpsons movie coming. They got an Incredibles 3, which I didn't know was coming.
Mm-hmm. A Coco 2.
Coco 2, which, God, do I need to cry that much? Okay.
I fucking love Coco. Oh my God. Remember awesome. Me.
They're doing a live action Lilo and Stitch 2.
And De La Cruz is coming back because Benjamin Bratt, I think was at D23 and got up on stage and did De La Cruz's voice. But I thought De La Cruz was like forgotten.
Apparently not.
No, he's back. The bad guy's back. I love it. Oh my God, Coco's so fucking good.
Ernesto De La Cruz is back for revenge.
Oh my God. Oh God, that fucking movie's so beautiful. What else did they announce?
Frozen
Zootopia 3.
Zootopia 3, Frozen 3. a bunch of Pixar stuff like Gato. They showed some new stuff from Ghost Market. They showed some stuff from Tangled. Apparently, the live action version they did a little tease of.
Now, something became clear. I saw a lot of articles about this, so this isn't like me being Sherlock or anything. But while Disney Plus has Daredevil season 3 coming because that's shot and it was in the can, and while they've got Ahsoka season 2 coming because that was shot and in the can,
and Vision Quest was shot in the can,
and Vision Quest was shot in the can. Those are the only Disney Plus or Disney TV, Marvel TV, Star Wars TV programs that they talked about. They didn't announce anything new. And so a lot of people have drawn the conclusion that Disney is stepping back from Marvel and Star Wars TV shows. They're still going to do Marvel specials. Like, I guess, did they announce another Werewolf by Night?
I don't recall hearing about it, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was another one or something like it.
But they're not committing to 8-episode series anymore, and we know this because they canceled Wonder Man.
Yeah,
like even a week after Spider-Man Brand New Day came out, and Destin Daniel Cretton, the director, is the same guy who made Wonder Man and was going to do Wonder Man season 2, which they announced that they were doing, and then suddenly Disney about faced and said, "Oh, we're not doing it." So after D23, a lot of folks drew the conclusion that I think Disney's moving away from the thing that, we at first were like, yay, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's too much homework keeping up with all this shit. And then people were like, oh, they shouldn't have done that show and whatnot. It seems that they heard, and they're trying to take their 2 gigantic fucking franchises back to theaters. They've announced that there will be nothing between Doomsday and Secret Wars. They're trying to rebuild, something that I guess they feel went astray.
And also, like, the TV stuff, good, bad, or indifferent, was wildly expensive with nothing but subscribers as a return.
That's the thing. You can't monetize or amortize those costs the way you can when, it's like, all right, we take it out to the box office. I'm wondering, with all this retro thinking, right? With, hey, the theatrical run is a good thing. Hey, maybe we should put out 1 episode a week. When do they also get back to, oh, hey, maybe we should make Blu-rays and fucking DVDs and 4Ks of everything, hard, fucking physical media?
I mean, some of these companies,
there's money there. If these fucking greedy companies want money, it's like, sell us our fucking Blu-rays again.
Like, Warner Brothers is still in that business. Like, you can still buy fucking Dune on Blu-ray if you want it. I mean, it's not quite as robust as it used to be where everything made it to disc, but like, some of these companies are realizing that there's still a market out there for people who want to own a thing. Let's let them own a thing. I mean, I just saw that fucking Criterion is putting out a version of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Smart.
Yeah, which is great. Really? But that's a Netflix movie.
And number one, like, it impacted the culture in such a big way. So naturally, Criterion paying attention to it makes sense. But also smart for Criterion because they're going to make a lot of money. They're going to print fucking money.
Yeah. It's the rare Netflix thing that you can get a physical disc of, which is kind of great. Like, money on the table. You're just leaving it there. And I think that was the thinking behind Mando and Grogu becoming a movie. They're like, we could do another season of this show, or we can do it as a movie and charge people for it.
Which, by the way, I know everybody's like, ooh, Mandalorian didn't do well at the box office and shit, but it did well with all their licensing. They did exactly the thing that Mark said they wanted to do, which was like, oh, we can make money off of this. Rather than just put season 3 on Disney Plus or whatever the fuck, let's take it to theaters. And even though it didn't, kick ass like Backrooms and Obsession, they still made lots of loot because the box office ain't the only fucking coin they were going after, man. Toys, as the kids Close Encounters and all those fucking partners and shit like that. So yeah, they financially, it was a smart decision. for them to take Mandalorian and Grogu. Even if the movie didn't break box office records, they were still able to make more money off of that incarnation of it than they did off of every season, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at granted, Andor is its own weird, beautiful, wonderful thing, but like, spent a lot of money to keep the subscribers who they already would have had, who were there for Star Wars. Like, I don't know how many new converts they got because Andor is good. Probably some, for sure, but not so much that it made it really like, oh yeah, we're getting up $270 million back based on what? More?
Laura D 7310 in chat points out, what about the new Oswald series that's hand drawn? Yes, Jon Favreau is doing for Disney Plus an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit series, and the animation looks fucking beautiful. If you're unfamiliar with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, kids, it is Walt Disney's original creation before Mickey Mouse. Him and UBI Works came up with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and did shorts for, I think it was Universal back in the day. And then Universal owned it, and he couldn't get the character back, and so frustrated, he went off and created another character that nobody ever heard of called Mickey the Mouse. So years later, after Walt had passed on, Disney got Oswald back from Universal, and they welcomed him back, and they did some fucking hats, shirts, and plush toys and shit. But this is the first kind of like, let's shine a fucking spotlight on Oswald that they've done. And the trailer that I saw looked charming as fuck. The footage looked really beautiful. And it is, as Laura pointed out, hand drawn, man. So kudos to Fabs, man. He's always doing something interesting. He's always making money. I mean, I guess kudos for him for being smart and being rich, but he makes money doing things that I like seeing. I like that Mandalorian movie, man. I was into it.
And so the last big piece of news that came into D23 was the X-Men casting, was that we got a much clearer picture of who our new class of freshmen at Charles Xavier School for the Gifted and Talented are. Let's see. We already knew about Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. We already knew about Kit Connor as Cyclops. Clearly, we already knew about Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. But now we learned that Indy Navarrete is playing Rogue. Maya Boyd is playing Storm, and Chris Abbott is playing Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, and Adam Driver is playing Mr. Sinister.
Now, the way I've seen it online, they're going with, in the first movie, the original lineup. So they're doing Jean, Marvel Girl, Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, and Angel, is what I've heard. But they announced Rogue.
Yes, and Storm.
They announced Storm, which is not in the original team. And then I've heard rumors that Storm is going to debut elsewhere. And one of the rumors is Storm's going to be in Black Panther 3. That's where they're going to first introduce Storm. So they introduced X-Men on stage, but they're not all going to be in that first X-Men movie. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I've read online. Right. And I've read that Storm's going to pop up first in Black Panther, which I think would be amazing.
I mean, it's not the worst idea to introduce a character in Black Panther. Granted, they tried that with Ironheart to less than awesome results.
Yeah, but this is Storm.
It's Storm, and it's also like I don't quite believe bona fide X-Men, and I don't believe that they're going to do the OG lineup, mostly because it's incredibly sausage heavy and it's incredibly white. And despite Disney's current, we're not so crazy about diversity, I don't think that they're going to do that with the X-Men, which feels kind of antithetical to what that has become.
Right.
I am curious that, and maybe it's smart that they are not, either they're not telling us yet, or they're deciding to punt Magneto for a little bit, because the Magneto that we all know and love, mostly, came from the comics, but came from a retcon in the comics, is the Holocaust survivor version of Magneto, which
That's a theory that I saw earlier in chat. I don't know who wrote it, but it popped in for me, and I was like, "Ooh." Well, hold on. Right now, Turtles YT says Black Panther 3 comes out after X-Men. I think it's likely X-Men will have Storm, and then she will appear in BP3. You would think, but not if they do an X-Men movie that's like only 5. I don't think they're going to be like, look at all these X-Men. I think they're going to start with a smaller
I think so
team.
too.
I think so. I don't know that. Like, again, I don't know shit, but I don't know that they're going to introduce Rogue and Storm in that first X-Men movie. The way I heard it, they were doing the original core X-Men group. That could be wrong. However, somebody in chat earlier said something that made me go, oh. They said that Denzel. We all know Denzel's in Black Panther 3.
Mm-hmm.
They said in chat, what if he was introduced as Magneto? Because we don't know who he's playing in Black Panther 3.
We have no idea. And I think we had talked about it on a pod years and years ago of the Holocaust is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not forgotten, clearly. We're not in any way diminishing it, but the advent of Eric as a survivor of the Holocaust is not baked into the origin of that character. That was a retcon. That was a new development that came later into Magneto and the X-Men's run. If what you need is a genocide for this person to have survived, and if you need this to be a contemporary story, then maybe it's not the Holocaust. Maybe it's a different Holocaust. And I think we had even talked about, there are plenty of genocides right now. They're just not in Europe. So the table is clear. If you decided, hey, could this person be from Rwanda? Could this person be from Armenia? Could this person be from any other place where awful shit is happening in the world and has been for a long time? I think it does. If you can broaden your horizons, I think there's opportunities to be had. But it also seems as if maybe they're just not dealing with it yet. Like, Mr. Sinister's a bad guy. We're not doing, and we're setting up Emma Frost, and we're kind of maybe setting up, the Hellfire Club. There's other ways that we can swing this, and we don't have to wrestle with who is Magneto yet. Also, not the worst idea.
I know for some, purists, they're like, Mr. Sinister, like they're all supposed to be older by the time they encounter him and shit like that. But I kind of get where they're like, we don't want to do Magneto again right away.
Yeah.
Give us a minute to find our Magneto. Mole Unit in chat said, Storm is not African, though. Her dad is American and mother is Kenyan, so forcing her into Black Panther seems stupid. Except Aurora was married to T'Challa in the comics, wasn't she?
She was indeed.
Yeah, there's history there. And we're not just, making this up as we go along. Like, it would kind of, that's why I said, like, maybe they introduce her in Black Panther because there's history with the characters.
True. And, dad can be African, but if she's born in Kenya to a Kenyan mom, that's an African lady, bro.
History, geography with Marc Bernardin.
I'll have to tell you, homie. She can claim whatever she wants to claim.
Gossigat in chat said Latveria would be a good choice, linked to Doctor Doom and avoiding a real genocide. That's true. You could do a Latverian Magneto.
You totally could.
And then you would never, have to worry about, like, well, in history, this happened. I saw somebody else online be like, they're fucking mutants. Like, why can't he just age slower? Why can't he still be, a victim of the Holocaust and he's just 100 years old or whatever fuck? And, I didn't bump into that. I'm like, it's comics. You can do whatever you want.
True.
Movies. Do whatever you want.
Totally could.
Yeah, just for 11 said make him ageless. Yeah. Fucking, I don't bump into that at all, man. And the only problem with that is if you got a guy playing Magneto for 10 years, he will age.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah. What was weird is watching Ted Lasso and fucking Phoebe grew up.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh no, you're a grown-ass woman now.
Roy's niece, who looks like she's a tween or whatever, and she's got like a deeper voice where she used to be like, his beard is scratchy. And now she's just like, what up, Henry?
We have ice cream for dinner. That's stupid.
It was funny though, because it is the same, like, it's her. It's that same little kid. Henry, I think they recast.
I couldn't remember him well enough from seasons 1 and 2.
I did the homework. I looked, and it seemed that they recast him. But her right away, I knew it. Darth Raider 79 says Denzel is going to be Trask.
Okay.
Possible, or Stryker.
Yeah. I mean, it seems weird to do that in Black Panther, which is not about mutants. To like introduce
unless Storm was in.
Could be, but then it doesn't become a, it's no longer a T'Challa story, which it feels like they're very much telling a boy becomes a man story. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, possible. Anything's possible. It's fucking comics. It's Marvel. It's a wide playing field, but it seems a little odd for Black Panther to become about mutants when Wakanda is not lousy with mutants, for as far as we know.
Turtles YT says Denzel is 100% the Shadow King.
Okay.
I love when people are like 100%. Like, fucking, I'll buy that.
No two ways around
anything on the internet, man. I'm like, that guy knows.
So that's the D23 roundup. That's all the news that we got that, sort of feels appropriate to us. I mean, there was some park shit that dropped. They're doing an update, I guess, to the Avengers campus, including like new performances of or new iterations of RDJ as Tony Stark, welcoming people into Avengers Land. They're redoing Tomorrowland, I believe. They're putting a Villains Land, I think, somewhere, which is all cool. I'm a little less interested in that, only because I'm not a like parks person, but go for it, Disney. Fucking cook.
I'm all. I do want to see that. It's not just RDJ. It's Chris Hemsworth and it's Arrow guy. Yeah, Arrow guy. Hawkeye.
go
Renner. And it looks like, I think, Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
I think I saw an image where she's on the bridge of, I think she's the one that interacts with the audience. Like, it's up to us or whatever.
Right.
That would be the wise choice because she's like the Avengers fan.
Mm-hmm.
I've been enjoying that character. I included that character in my Jays of Future Past because she's from Jersey City, so it was kind of appropriate.
That was a nice.
But she pops up in Star Wars Marvel as well.
Ooh, very nice. So now we come to the portion of our show where we have to bring it down a little bit.
Who died?
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh my God, you're right. Yes, this was what, yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, maybe Sunday. But yeah, she died at 36.
Way too young, man. I mean, look, all death. I don't care how old you are, it's still too young. But 36 is criminally young. Hayden, of course, was the girl who, I mean, she'd been around for a minute, like she'd been in movies and whatnot. But
yeah, she's in Remember the Titans as a wee lass.
But I think she really broke in the culture as the cheerleader, right? And Heroes Kids was a show that, like, before the Marvel Cinematic Universe fucking got going, Heroes was filling a hole for us comic book fans, doing stuff that nobody was doing. Mm-hmm. Like, and borrowing similar storylines from the comics. What was his name? Tim Kring, I think, was the guy that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell this dude was a fan of comics, and he really put together a lovely stew of comic book homages. But, like, there's at one point, of course, we all remember, if you were around back then, Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. And she played the cheerleader she had super strength. She was invulnerable, right? Like, she could go burn, like, tough as nails or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, she's basically Wolverine.
Wolverine. She broke out fucking huge from that, and then like went on to be in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. She
Um,
was also a soap opera kid. Like she was on One Life to Live and Guiding Light when she was a kid. Um, she was in A Bug's Life. I think she had a voice.
that's right. She was Dot in A Bug's Life.
Yeah. Um, Remember the Titans came. She was, thing called Tiger Cruise on Disney Channel. And then yeah, Heroes. Heroes was fucking huge. It's impossible to understate what that was in 2006. Like how big it was.
It was massive. So much so that like NBC was like, we're doing a spinoff. And it was like Heroes Origins. And they asked me to do an episode. And I went on to the San Diego Comic-Con Heroes panel to fucking announce it and shit. But then everything, I think there was a strike and everything went away or something.
Yeah.
And then by the time they came back, Heroes, I think, had one of those kind of like Twin Peaks kind of lives where it's like when it hit so hard and changed the culture. And then when it came back, people were like, what else you got? And suddenly just didn't treat it nearly as seriously.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Nashville was also huge. She was in a couple of Scream movies. She was in Scream 4, the reboot of Scream in 2022 and Scream 6, I think. But yeah, she had a history of alcohol and drug abuse and mental health issues and postpartum depression.
Somebody pointed out Stumps 0078. Both Ice Princesses are gone. She was an Ice Princess with Michelle Trachtenberg, and Michelle passed away last year.
Yeah. But I mean, terribly tragic. And she talked somewhat openly about, alcohol and substance abuse when she was young, very young, and physical abuse as well. Like she just, the worst side of being a young actor/actress in Hollywood is, just you're part of the machine and some people get eaten by it. But yes, so tragic. Too young. 36 is too young.
An absolute bummer, man. She entertained us kids.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when Heroes happened, it was, as a comic book fan, you were just like, and this was a minute before Kevin Feige was like, hold my beer, and fucking showed what you could do with a superhero story, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So remember Tim Sale did all the artwork, the late great Sale. He was the guy, it was the one dude who was painting like him and stuff.
Yeah, who that was his gift, was that he could see into the future and he would render it.
They did a version of like Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
like it was a wicked fucking show.
Yeah, I mean that first season is pretty flawless.
Yeah.
As it would go on, like it started to lose some steam, it started to lose some pep, but that first season was a fucking phenomenon. And this was just as the internet was coming into vogue, just as it was being used as a marketing tool, just as you could create this entire fucking press and advertising and marketing blitz around Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. You could buy fucking episodes on the iTunes store. And that was really early in that, like, are we getting television through the internet? Yeah, it was huge. But
Evan Fowler says they started her out in movies when she was 11 months old. Like she was acting since she was an infant.
Yeah.
Never met her. I don't think I ever crossed paths with her. I don't think I ever interviewed her for anything. I know I didn't interview her for anything, but
yeah.
Seemed like
alas. Hayden Panettiere, too young.
Big bucket of win, as we say on Hollywood Babylon. Thank you for what was the cheerleader's name? Claire. Thank you, Claire.
So yeah, that is all of the news fit to print. That is all of the reviews fit to conversate over. I guess now we just have a Q&A.
Let's dive into the Q&A, kids. But Don't forget this weekend, Friday night, Jaws live at Smodcastle Cinemas, kids. Watch me embarrass myself playing Matt Hooper. Come on down. I'm going to be there, kids. And the week after, Super Jersey Con is happening.
Ooh, who's gonna be there?
Like all of the Mallrats, man. Like it's crazy. Super Jersey Con managed to put together a Mallrats reunion that is kind of staggering in terms of who's going to be there. And then a week later, we're all in Texas, and there's a different Mallrats reunion in where is that? I want to say San Antonio. Maybe I'm wrong. Will Wilkins, I think I sent you a graphic that has both. There's a Mallrats mall takeover, which is kind of ingenious. Like I wish I'd thought of that. Like fucking, let's go rent some dead malls and have a fucking like Mallrats exclusive show. I think we lost Will because he's not putting up there. Will, did you pseudo Banff man? Stand in Banff man?
Hey,
There's one. That's the one in Texas, I believe. No. And then there's that's the Mallrats takeover in the mall. And then but what is it? Not next week, but the week after is the one at Super Jersey Con. Just 1 week before that. Tickets at csmod.com. San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, that's where we're going. But that's after New Jersey. And there's the New Jersey one. Hillsborough. A bunch of us, for heaven's sakes, including Priscilla Barnes, man. I haven't seen her since we shot.
nice.
Mallrats. August 29th, Iron Peak, Hillsborough, New Jersey, man. Me and Jay and Jeremy and Jason Lee and Ethan Sipley and Brian O'Halloran and Joey Lauren Adams and Renee Humphrey and Priscilla Barnes. That's, all we're missing is Rooker from the circuit, man. That's a lot of Mallrats, kids. More Mallrats so you could shake a stick at. Come to Super Jersey Con, man. Me and Jay are going to be there in costume if you're ever like, I want to take a picture with Jay and Silent Bob dressed as Jay and Silent Bob. You can do that there as well.
Wishes come true.
Because I need the money, kids. I ain't got no film work. Nobody will hire me. I ain't got no TV show like Marc Bernardin. I got to dress up like my movie character to make money. I don't mind it. Look, let's be honest. I dress like my movie character every day. Fuck. I traveled for this weekend. I was the only person in fucking Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, who's wearing a fucking overcoat. I'll tell you that much. Great weather. But yeah, man, come on out and see us there. And then when I'm back east, that's on Saturday. The Friday night, though, we're going to be doing a watch with Kev of Coyote versus Acme. And Eric Bowser, I've heard great things. The voice actor is going to be there in attendance. Yeah, come on out, kids. You can watch with Kev, Coyote versus Acme. I've stellar reviews I've seen for it. I cannot wait to fucking watch this movie. And I'm going to watch it in my own goddamn movie theater, Smodcastle Cinemas, where the movies come to play. Come watch it with me and Eric, man. Eric's giving voice to like most of the Looney Tunes characters these days.
Awesome.
And shit, you got anything you want to push him toward?
No.
You're not a little whore like I am.
I'm not a little whore like you are. I'm thinking about, not thinking about. I'm going to be in New York Comic Con come this October. I don't know what I'm doing there yet. Hopefully on a panel, hopefully have a signing. Might swing through Jersey, stop by a certain person's theater.
Do that, man. Come see Marc Bernardin at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash.
Huzzah!
Or we can go do a show at fucking Schmodcastle Cinemas.
Yeah, we could do a show. We shall see. We shall see.
Tomorrow or right now, if you're back east, kids, depending on where you are in the continental United States. Spider-Man Hulk Fire and Brimstone is on comic book stands today. Go to your local comic shop, plunk down a few bucks, and enter a world of science, magic. A man who is a spider, and another one who turns into a big old Frankenstein-looking beast.
Green Rage Monster.
Oh, he's got rage issues. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Spider-Man Hulk Fire and Brimstone hitting stands today, kids. Go out and pick one up, or come get it from me at the Secret Stash on Saturday. I'll see you all there.
There you go.
There it is, my friends. Many thanks for hanging out with us and chit-chatting. Kids, if you haven't checked it out yet, pop on over. It's not on this channel. Jason's wife, Jordan, who runs our company, she put it on a different channel altogether. Jay and Silent Bob are in the His House. Brand new podcast that me and Jay have been doing. Good ass time. Built a little set for it. Jay's backyard. It's over on YouTube right now. I'm sure Will Wilkins will link it in somewhere around here, man. Did you have a good time hanging out, kids? Because we're not done. We got to do some Q&A.
Indeed.
Let's cue those A's, man. What do you got, Banff man? Stand in, Banff man.
Man, I thought you were wrapping up, and I got so excited.
Why? Because you didn't pick any questions?
I picked questions, but I was just like, oh, no. We'll get out faster. Not the case.
Nestor Generina 8629 said missed opportunity to use as the thumbnail. Kevin is Hal Jordan and Mark is Jon Stewart. Look, that Lantern show is going to be on for a few months, so
we got time.
It's coming. Trust me. You hear that? Dark Knight Returns. That's a good idea. Steal that idea.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Born ready.
The offended look on your face was great, Kevin. This one's just an honorable mention because I really was hoping we would do something like this in the beginning, where Laura D was asking if you guys wanted to dish on your least favorite person you've met in Hollywood, because that's doing gangbusters for that His House you mentioned.
Yeah, which is like I'm not. You know me. I'm not that guy. But I'd rather be positive. But that is an interesting little story. There's Kelsey Grammer's been in our chat all night.
I know. I've muted him for random 30 seconds here and there.
Outraged.
Legitimate question though. Yes. Lego DC movie. They come to you. Oh my gosh. We've got to have your voice. Who do you want to voice? Because you get to pick it, and that comes from Positive Takes.
I have been in a Lego thing as Kevin Smith in one Batman Lego game, Batman Lego 3, I think it was. And let me see. I have been a Lego villain in Marvel's Lego Avengers. I was Terrax. But who would I want to be in a DC oriented Lego project? Who do I have a good voice for? I feel like I could pull off a pretty convincing Blue Beetle. You know what I'm saying? Like with enough oh man, I don't know. Come on, Booster. I guess I'm not really doing him justice. I don't have a script in front of me, man. Sorry.
Off the dome.
Yeah, I was just right off the top. I think without having to do much. Anything else would require me to fucking act and do some work in advance. I would love to play Batman, but I ain't got the voice for that. And I don't think I sound like a Joker. Although, have you seen, your alma mater, that fucking Batman show on Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see their take on the Joker?
I haven't yet, no.
It's fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the man who laughs more than anything else. And he's very, Werner Herzog-ish.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it was cool to see a different take on the character. But yeah, there you go. That's who I picked. What about you, Mark?
I think I want to do the version of Commissioner Gordon that Jeffrey Wright does, but Jeffrey Wright as Peoples Hernandez from the Shaft movie that he was in. Do you remember him as the Dominican bad guy? It's great. It's the first time I ever saw Jeffrey Wright as
what flick?
Shaft with Sam Jackson.
Is that right? Is that he popped where he broke out?
I mean, it was after Basquiat. Basquiat was the first thing. People were like, "Holy shit, who's this guy?"
Right.
But then he shows up as Pipos Hernandez, who's like a Dominican drug dealer, who is incredibly smart and savvy, and all of these, like, you know, he's like Jimmy Smits in Running Scared. So like, yeah, if that dude was also Commissioner Gordon, I think would be hilarious. I'd like to do that.
All right. What else we got? Get
what
us
else
there.
we got? This one's real simple, but it's from Reborn Hunter, and they ask, if you're a pro wrestler, what would your entrance theme be?
Hold on. I'm gonna read from chat. Evan Fowler says, I like the humorless German Joker from Caped Crusader. He makes no jokes, just kills shitloads of people. I dig that show more and more. Yeah, it's a cool take on the Joker. You know, he's just like, he's just a cold fucking German son of a bitch. He cracking no jokes and shit like that. And then finally he laughs at the end. All right. What was that question?
Yeah, entry song.
Yeah, what's your entrance theme? As you're coming into the arena and the crowd is going wild, what's playing?
This is a question I'm asked literally every weekend when I go do shows. They're like, what do you want to come out to? So I'll give you the same answer I gave the good folks at Bricktown Comedy Club in Tulsa, where I just played Friday and Saturday night for 4 shows. Can I come out to Peter Piper instrumental version by Run DMC? Thank you. That's my music. That's what I go out to.
Nice. I'm going to choose, and it's a little bit hard to find because the sample, I don't think they ever cleared the sample, but Simon Says by Pharoah Monk. The sample is the Godzilla theme. So it's just
that thing.
Right, but it's the don't. It's most famously in Charlie's Angels when Sam Rockwell is dancing. That's the track. But yeah, they never cleared the Godzilla theme, so it's hard to even buy, but it's pretty fucking dope. So that
Evan Fowler suggested yakety sax.
I mean, also.
I saw Dolly Parton 3 times in 1 year live. Once up in Vancouver, once at the Hollywood Bowl, and once in Tampa with my mother. And she's got a bit when she performs where she plays the saxophone. And she's like, you know, fucking wailing. But at one point, you know, she could play yakety sax, and she's like, I've been training for so long that I could play yakety sax backwards. Are you ready? And she goes, and then she turns her back to the audience and plays the exact same song. Adorable. Adorable.
Woman is a national treasure.
Oh my God. Save her at all costs. Okay, what do we got? We got a third one?
A third question, yes.
What we got?
Studio wants an American Graffiti style movie set in the 80s. What are your 2 absolute must-have cars for the movie? That's from Victor Venn Diagram.
One more time, cars? This is a cars question?
Car question.
Yeah. So it's an American Graffiti,
assuming
but it's
I
set
have
in
any
the 80s.
This is assuming that I'm masculine in any way, shape, or form, which clearly I'm not. I like cars, though. I'll be honest with you. I love driving, but I'm not a car head. So it's the 80s?
80s.
I'm picking 2 cars. Ready?
Go.
Anton first Batmobile.
Excellent.
Can't predate the 80s, or I'm just nothing past the 80s.
There's no rules, man. You make the rules. You do you.
Looking like the car the Green Hornet had. I'm tempted to put the Black Beauty in there. Black Beauty and the Batmobile.
It's pretty strong.
There's also a piece of me that wants to use the Monkey Mobile, the 2 little underutilized Monkey Mobile from the Hey, we're the Monkeys. And people say we monkey around. Or the Munsters car. that look like a funeral parlor on fucking wheels? Am I allowed to use any of the Wacky Racers vehicles?
Everyone what you want, baby. It's your dream.
Can I use Homer's car? Whatever Homer wants. The one he built. I want a horn here, here, and here. You can never find a horn when you need one. Oh, all right. Here you go. Fuck that. I'm going Batmobile.
Yep.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, nice brackets.
One comes with the song.
It does.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you. Oh, bang, chitty chitty bang bang. Banging in the back is what we do. Fucking in the back of chitty chitty bang bang. That's what we like to do. I think those were the words. I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, Dick Van Dyke killed.
Hey, for the record, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, created by the same guy who created James Bond, Ian Fleming.
That's right. Yeah. That guy could do anything or two things.
Yeah, trick cars. That was his whole fucking. What if he had a car that was like tricked out? They're like, yeah, Ian, we know.
Yeah, you saw the other thing.
Yeah. What if you had a car? It's like a Lotus and it goes under the water, and we call it the spy who glubbed me. As in glub under the water. Yeah, that's a joke stolen from Mad Magazine, isn't it? What about you? What's your car? Oh, so other people are saying the DeLorean. God damn it.
Yeah. I'm going the Pontiac Trans Am that they used as the basis for the Night Industries 2000.
Oh shit, Kit?
Kit.
Hello. Could you imagine Kit's relationship with you? Because Kit was all fucking smart and shit, sounded like that teacher, William Daniels and shit. Kit's conversations with you behind the wheel be like, that's an excellent story point, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about perhaps flipping your resolution from Act 3 to Act 2?
Sounds like too much of a trope, Mark. Hey, Kit. Yeah. How about you disconnect your battery, piece of shit? How about you fucking drive? I'll tell you how to drive. Don't tell me how to write. Fair enough.
So I want that one, and I think that I want the V8 Interceptor from Road Warrior, or a Buick Grand National 1986, which is an incredibly, at this point, rare car. But it was at one point the fastest production car you could buy in America. But it's also fucking baller. Most recently popularized by one Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
Yes, the title of his most recent album was Grand National /GNX. So yeah, I think that's what I want.
We got some folks in the chat going for, hey man, what about Herbie the Love Bug? What about the A-Team van? What about
Can I get my two cars?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would want Magnum PI's Ferrari.
Good call.
Not even specific, but it's just got to be a black Porsche 911 complete with a handgun and cocaine in the glove compartment.
Oh.
That's very 80s.
No particular movie, just fucking.
Exactly.
You don't want the Testarossa from Miami Vice, which I'm pretty sure had a handgun and cocaine in the glove compartment?
No, that one won't play.
You don't want the Carrera from fucking Risky Business that can go into the Lake Michigan?
Yeah, that you can then have sex with Rebecca De Mornay on?
How about, I want Grandpa's car from 16 Candles that gets crashed in the lake.
She wanted to have sex in a real train. You could get, as Wannington points out, the station wagon from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
As Bruce Cool points out, Speed Racer, the Mach 1, the Blues Mobile, says Poisonous Plants.
Buckaroo Banzai's car.
Oh, with the oscillation overthruster in it?
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Buckaroo Banzai Jetmobile, the jet car. I like that. That's a great call. Hal's car from Lanterns. The Cheech and Chong truck made a pot. Yes.
Not bad.
Green Goblin truck from Maximum Overdrive. Yes, Wannington. God, I wanted that when I was a kid. Not even a truck person, but I'm like, fucking Green Goblin's face is on it.
Yes, please.
There it is, kids.
There
All
we
we
go.
got for you. Did you have a good time? If you did, thank our good sponsors at Fume
And
Ridge. Fume and Ridge. Oh, that's smooth.
JB Smooth.
What was the flavor? Maple Rich? No.
Maple pepper.
Maple pepper.
From the Chattanooga peppers.
Pass me the volcanic salt and the maple pepper.
Forthwith.
Kids, did you have a good time? I sure fucking did. And if you did, it was because not because of Banff Man, who's busy at home taking care of his sick old self. We wish it. But this episode of Fat Man Beyond has been brought to you by the letter W, followed by the other letter W, as in Will Wilkins.
Indeed.
Give it up for the man with 3D printed hair.
So glad I could screw this show up tonight. Thank you.
You did. You did a great fucking job. You're doing great, sweetie. Everyone,
Don't let him say anything mean to you.
Thanks, honey.
There you go. Kids, did you find anything interesting in the show? Probably had everything to do with the guy down there, fucking Cindy Brady in the bottom box over there. Dun, 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 dun. Here's the story of Marc Bernardin, who's trying to get out of his little box. We all know that Mark says the smart things that everyone comes for. And when I say comes for, I mean they're like, oh, he said something smart. Oh! And they
Skeet.
Yeah, they ski. Oh, wow. Fucking classic. Gonna bring it back. It's been a minute since I skeet. That's it for us tonight, kids. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to go watch that fucking Avengers trailer again. Then watch the Vision trailer. Then go watch all of Lioness. Then why aren't you watching Ted Lasso? Then get on Lanterns fucking now.
Because we're going to be talking about it for a while.
Yeah, there's going to be some show art. Next show art, you'll see. It's going to be like 2 Green Lanterns. But we're going to spin it around. Mark's going to be Hal Jordan, and I'm going to be John Stewart. How about that?
Nothing can go wrong with that.
People will embrace it. Thank you for hanging out, kids. I'll see some of you in Jersey this weekend, man. Come see me at Smog Castle Cinemas on Friday night. Jaws live, where I'm playing Matt Hooper. Tickets at smogcastlecinemas.com or cspot.com. And then the very next day, come see me at Jane Silent Bob's Secret Stash, where I will be signing every damn version of this cover of Spider-Man Hulk, Fire and Brimstone, that you throw in my damn face, man.
Hell
Good
yeah.
times in Jersey, for heaven's sakes.
Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed. Many thanks for hanging out and letting us get geeky with you, my friends. For Fat Man Beyond, I'm Kevin Smith.
And I am Marc Bernardin.
Tune in next time. Same fat time, same fat channel. Smodcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
Jeff's Kiss, my friends. Mwah, 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 mwah. This is the cat. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the AKA Ask Kev Anything.
Every saga has a 10-year anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what happens when Jay and Silent Bob get old. I'm Kevin Smith.